Tonight on the podcast, we are talking the Lightyear trailer, The Last Kingdom, the holiday gift set from Lego to get that mega geek Batman fan in your life, comics, and so much more. Hit that go button, Max. It is Friday night in Phoenix, a spooky Friday night in Phoenix. And you're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Max.
I'm Travis.
That's not actually Travis. That's Lance in his Travis costume.
Yeah. I see London. I see France. I see Lance is absent. Doesn't rhyme, but we're going to go for it. Sometimes you start a rhyme and it doesn't end up being a rhyme. Welcome to the Absolute Geek Podcast.
Then you do some crime because of that terrible rhyme. Oh, man. Are we going to get a song tonight out of you guys?
I am in a singing mood. I love Halloween. Tis the season to be scary and punny and ridiculous, and I'm all in. You guys have some Halloween shenanigans happening this weekend?
I don't. No.
I don't either. I already did.
Wow, we are. I don't either. It's perfect. Great.
I did my Halloween earlier. So every year, the Monday before Halloween, my mom and my grandpa on my mom's side does a party for all of us cousins and uncles and aunts and everything. So we did that. We did a little chili cook-off, and we do a little fish pond that the kids have a ton of fun with.
I thought you were starting that story off with every Monday before Halloween. I go and wait in a giant pumpkin patch for the great pumpkin to arrive.
No, not that cool. But that was fun. I dressed up as a marshmallow man from. I was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Our little guy was a Ghostbuster, and so was my wife. So
Can you name another brand of marshmallows besides Stay Puft? And is Stay Puft a real marshmallow brand? I don't know.
No and no.
No and no. Okay.
I don't think I can either, honestly. I'm just ooh, marshmallows.
It sucks that
Kroger?
A mythical marshmallow brand is dominating the branding when it comes to marshmallows.
The Stay Puft might be a real brand. I don't even know.
It might have been in the 80s. I feel like we had, because it was the classic, real fluffy blue and white pack. I think it might have been. I'm gonna you guys go on podcasting. I'm gonna check.
Do some research.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking your son trick or treating this year?
Nah, he's young, so not planning on taking him. Next year we'll do it. But right now, we don't even really give him candy, so there's no point in.
You don't dress him up in some cute costume, like where
because it's more for you than it is him. He's just the excuse. He's like your dealer, man. It's like the go-between guy.
I'm a diabetic. I don't need any of that candy.
All right, you get sugar-free.
Well,
what about
I can't go to the. I should go to the door and say, "Do you have sugar-free?" My son can't have sugar.
In today's world, I'm sure there's going to be a bowl that says sugar-free. You know, it's going to be or gluten-free.
I'll be real though. Most sugar-free candy isn't that good.
It's terrible. Yeah.
And if you eat too much sugar-free chocolate, it'll give you the runs. So
yeah,
word to the wise.
Have you ever seen the reviews on Amazon for like those sugar-free Haribos?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god! Apparently, if you want a good laugh, if you got some downtime, you want a good laugh, go to Amazon and read the reviews on sugar-free Haribos. Apparently, they give you wicked diarrhea, and people just talk about their experiences with that,
like fake sugars and like stevia type stuff. They pump it full of, just gives you the runs.
Stick with it. Just go to the egg houses. They go fruits and vegetables. There you go. Want to say what's up real quick to the chat. Stick Boy, Quantum Kyle, Aaron. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us so far.
Leftover Zaggy's in here too.
Leftover Zaggy. Yeah, I just saw them pop in. Sorry if my voice goes. I was busy screaming for the Cardinals getting beat last night.
Yeah,
I saw that news clip.
Tough subject for me, a Cardinals fan, but congrats to you, Matt. Now you're a Green Bay fan.
I was at the game screaming my head off, so my voice keeps cutting in and out. So
we were screaming at the sports bar, and then at halftime we left to go to Lance's house. We were screaming there. Like, it was actually really funny. At the end of the game, I was watching it with Lance and his brother, and they were both on either side. Lance is on the left side of the TV, like right in front of it. His brother's on the right side of the TV, right in front of it. Their heads are in the way, so I can't even see half of what's going on. And I'm trying to like in the middle, just like catch the game as best I can with them in front of the TV. It was a close game. It was a very close game and a disappointing loss for the Cardinals. It's okay. We'll beat you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll see.
Knock you out.
But back to Halloween real quick. It's hard to get in the Halloween spirit this year. Like the last 2 years, it's like nobody's really in it because usually you see houses done up or, crazy cool things, and you don't even see that this year. I don't even know when the kids trick or treat this year.
Yeah, it's always been a holiday where it's like the dropping of, pretenses and defenses and things like that. And it just seems everyone's so on guard that Halloween, especially as a holiday, just seems to kind of be like,
Now it just seems like it's a gateway to be like, oh, well, a couple more weeks till Thanksgiving, and then it's just like the gateway to like the next major holidays. It's not like it used to be as a kid where you're going door to door and getting those pillowcases full of candy. And
I loved it as a kid. It was super fun.
Did you, when you were as a kid, you said pillowcases. Did you, did you always go with the pillowcase, or did you get like a plastic pumpkin? Did you use like a pre-bought candy bag, or is it always pillowcases?
Always pillowcase, man. And we would run. My dad would take me out and we would go till that bad boy. That was like the rule, is if you're taking a pillowcase, you're not done until that thing's full. So we would run house to house, get the biggest candy bars. And like where I grew up in a little town though. So you could go all over town by yourself and everybody knew everyone. So it wasn't like the world is today where I could, and I sound so dated saying that, but I did. You go out and a couple hours, you have a full pillowcase and you're coming back with that bad boy over your shoulder. One year I filled up one, came back, got another, and got that one half full before 9:00 at night when they ended trick-or-treating. So
do you think it's gross to take a pillowcase off a pillow, use it, give it to your grubby little kid for Halloween, have them drag it around the neighborhood all night, fill it with candy from strangers, take that, wash it, and put it back on the pillow?
No.
Is that gross?
I mean, if you said wash it, so no.
Yeah, you wash it. But that pillowcase has been out in the world, and you're taking it into your most sacred clean space.
That was before we were worried about that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, back then.
Like, back then, COVID wasn't a thing. No one cared. So, it was like
I was mostly a pillowcase guy myself. When I was younger, I remember having like the pre-made, like the jack-o'-lantern, or like an actual like plastic tin or whatever. But yeah, as I got older and I wanted all the candy, pillowcase for sure.
Now Max uses separate Ziploc baggies where he separates out each brand of candy into a specific Ziploc baggie just for his OCD.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you do, Travis?
Says, you sleep with the candy, duh.
Yeah.
Use it as a pillow.
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy is soft.
Yeah. Very much like you as a kid, it was the plastic thing. I think it was more so that your parents like, all right, you don't need that much candy, just what can fit in this little fishbowl of a plastic device. But then with you and your buds, it's flashlight, pillowcase, and then I don't think I've ever got one completely filled up, but the best part is halfway filled up, spin it, whack your friends with it.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or pedos in the neighborhood. Like you're wielding like a candy mace.
Your pedo beater.
Yeah. All right, boys, spin them.
Your pedo beater. Yeah. I mean, my parents didn't really care about like I was saying to Max, I was kind of at that point like my dad's Reese's dealer, because you'd always come home and they get you at all right, I need to check your candy for razor blades, needles, and all this crazy stuff. And they're like, all of a sudden all your best candy's gone. And I got to test this one. Like all your Reese's cups are gone. That was
oh, let me try that out. And if you're being cute about it, but you're dead serious about it. You're like, come on, Mom.
Yeah.
You legit got taxed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to the point where you start taking stock in what they're putting in your pillowcase. So you're like, there's a Reese's in there. So you're like trying to grab it real quick before and take care of it before you can even get home to have your candy searched?
My parents are in their 70s, so they had like real 1950s taste in candy. So it was like they would eat the Tootsie Rolls. I'm like, I'm fine with that. Take those Tootsie Rolls.
See, I didn't mind if they took the Tootsie Rolls, but they were like, I don't even know if they make these still. The like fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls. I really like those. I didn't want those taken. Like the green ones or whatever. Those were good.
Max Bender says, I hope my kids hit houses that give out edibles. That's so
That's
Dude,
a
I've
new
read
worry. That's a new worry, right?
Nobody's doing that.
That's too expensive.
They're so expensive. Nobody's gonna be like, here, kid, have an edible. You know, no, nobody's doing that. Come on now.
There might be exceedingly rare cases of a bunch of bros hanging out, getting high, and they're like, "Hey, let's give some to the kids." Maybe.
Nobody's doing that.
Maybe. I don't think that's very common.
Yeah. Let me see. I just paid $70 for this bag of gummies. Do I want to give it to some little kid? Not really.
Let me pose a scenario for you, if I will. Dad's out on the porch. You know, he likes to keep some edibles. He keeps some edibles in his own special cabinet. He's running out of candy. He turns to the kid. He's like, hey, go run in the house and get some more candy. We're running out. The kid's looking everywhere, opens a cabinet. Oh, this looks like candy. Boom. I guess the dad would see it. This is where my thing falls apart. The dad would be like, no, get this back out of here. There's a situation. You're gonna see like a BuzzFeed article where it's like, man gives edibles out to candy or kids.
I mean,
it might happen.
Well, I mean, speaking of which, we should ask Kyle. He's probably the expert on giving edibles to kids.
You don't mix your gummy bears up with the edibles. You don't hand those out on accident. No
what if you're trying to take them through international customs in an airport? Not that anyone has ever done
right
that
up
before.
the pooper.
Kyle has learned the hard way that you don't give out anything but candy at Halloween, haven't you?
Yeah, like that year I was nice and I gave out comic books and I got egged.
Or about that year you filled your
Jeez.
anus up with Entenmann's mints.
Just so it just smelled good when I farted.
You just like
Minty.
you just like the sting. It felt good. Yes.
Oh, peppermint.
Comment Stick Boy says, I made these brownies just for Halloween, kids.
Right.
Yeah, that's
These are-
not happening.
These are no. Just like they always go through and you got to check the candy for razor blades. Who the fuck is wasting that much money on razor blades?
Right?
The fuck?
It's a
Yeah, they're
ploy.
expensive, especially if you're buying like the online cool hipster razor blades.
Right? Like Harry's?
Yeah.
Yes, Aries. I go to Manscaped just to get my razor blades. I order them in my little box every month.
Something is suspicious about this loose handful of Stay Puft marshmallows someone threw into
That's
my
what
candy
parents
sack.
tell their kids so that they can eat all the candy when they go to bed.
Exactly.
That's what we were just saying right before you came on.
Yeah.
You know what's up, man.
I can't wait to utilize that tactic personally.
It's awesome. There's a tax to walk around all night.
Yep. See? Kyle knows.
You know, there's nothing like that first year's, you know, you're going to have her in the stroller, right? And she'll have her own little bag there. And what you do is you just you put your hand out with a bag too. And they're not going to be a dick and say, what? You too? They're just going to roll their eyes and they're going to drop candy in your bag too.
Are you talking about your wife or your kid? What are you
Who's
pushing-
ever
what are
in
you
the
pushing
stroller?
around? Who's ever in the stroller?
Who's ever in the stroller?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
You know, the wife might have had one too many spiced apple ciders and she's got a, you know, she needs a push. Who knows?
I'm Patch Adams, and this is my patient. Now give us candy.
You just can't do the thing where you drive to house. Oh my God, that drives me insane.
Oh, that's annoying.
I could see parking at the end of the block and walking down, but no.
You're asking
No.
to run into a trick-or-treater at that point. You're asking for like a hit and run on a trick-or-treater.
Dude, it's crazy. They just how fucking lazy. We used to do at my parents' houses. They would come up. We'd all be out front hanging out. You know, we'd have bags and bags of candy, and they would go, trick or treat. And we'd go, trick. And just every kid makes the same blank stare. It's like, you asked a question. You gave me a choice. Trick
Oh, no,
or treat.
Kyle. They're giving you that stare because they heard that same joke at 8 other houses before you.
That's
But
true.
I wouldn't give them candy until they did a trick.
Then you wonder why this dude got egged.
I'm the worst, man. My lights are off, and I stay inside.
You're the guy that
watching
gives out
Netflix.
raisins, aren't you?
I'm the guy that doesn't give out anything. I'm not home.
I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
happens
my
on
sister
Halloween.
gives out
But
juice
yet now
boxes.
you're going to take your child out to the world and expect other strangers to give them.
I'm
candy.
not going
That's
trick
bad
or
Halloween
treating.
card.
I'm not going trick or treating. So
Yeah,
You're the
say that
demon.
until that
You're the
kid comes
spawn
back
of
to
Satan.
school.
If you're the guy that gives
No,
out
no, I will-
raisins.
I will take him trick or treating eventually.
Mm.
I probably should go to the store tomorrow and get a bag of candy. And
need
you know
at
what?
least-
I'll throw it on the front porch, but I'm not handing it out. Just it'll be
There
gone
you
in
go.
5
That
minutes.
counts. That counts. 1 year of giving before many years of you and your child taking. is what I say.
Stick boy likes getting raisins. He says, "I like getting raisins."
He's
Jesus.
the only
Raisins
one.
are good. I
Yeah.
like raisins, but it
Your
wasn't what I
demons-
wanted to get.
There's two things that you can fuck yourself if you give out: raisins and candy corn. That's it.
Oh, I hated getting candy corn.
Hey,
I'm
what
a
is
big
the
candy
order of
corn
the candy
fan.
corn? The colors.
Hierarchy.
Bottom
White,
to top.
orange. Wait, point to base or base to point?
Isn't it orange, white, yellow?
There's more than two
I think
colors.
so.
I
I
thought
think
it
it's
was
yellow,
orange and
orange,
white,
white.
and that's it.
Is it yellow,
Orange
orange, white?
orange tip, yellow middle, white base. I don't know.
No,
No,
white's
see,
in the
I think
middle.
it's no. I thought it was orange
it?
base,
No,
white
white's at the
middle.
top.
Is it? Fuck.
It was a question at trivia.
I always thought it was orange
good question.
base,
It's
white
yellow,
middle,
orange,
yellow
white.
top.
Yellow, orange,
Fuck.
white, bottom to top.
Do you think white is a color they insert in the candy corn, or is white the natural base of the candy corn?
Yes, Max. Bags of pennies too.
I think it's all added colors.
It is orange. It is yellow, orange, white.
Oh, you're
Damn.
right.
There we go. The mystery has been solved.
Is finding a candy
Well-
corn in your candy corn bag that is not that order, is that like finding a 4-leaf clover? Do you save that for like your grandchildren?
Yeah, and it's like filing in the Indian shooting the star on the blow pop wrapper
Yeah.
or on your Tootsie Roll wrapper, Tootsie Pop wrapper,
I've
whatever.
Bro.
never gotten a free one.
These pumpkin ones
Right.
are even worse.
Those are the worst. They're too much. I like
Too
candy
much.
corns. I don't like the pumpkin ones. It's too big. Too much too much of the flavor. Classics work.
Ugh. Yeah. No, thank you.
Now that don't they have like candy corn lattes. It's becoming the new pumpkin flavor for the fall, right? Is candy corn infused junk.
That's how you know that the demons are rising up and hell's about to take over.
How you
There's
know the
candy
demons are
corn
winning.
flavored things. That's how it's going down.
And then I don't know if you guys did it, but growing up, it's like they
I
told
think it's called cornona. Yeah.
you're too
That's
old
it.
for you're too old for candy when you pick up their pumpkins and you throw them back at their house.
No, I was never that much of an asshole.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
not
that's just
familiar
me
with
then.
one. Sorry. I stopped trick or treating around like 10 or 11, so I didn't usually get those comments.
I went until I was 16. Because there's that age where you go and then you hit that spot where you're like, I'm too old for this. And then you realize that you're like, fuck, I can get free candy. And so then you start trick-or-treating again. And then you finally become an adult and you're expected to give out candy. But
That's what I love about Halloween. It's this holiday that morphs very differently depending on what age you are. As a kid, it's the trick-or-treating. Then you have a gap between like 15 and like 2021. And you're like, Halloween's lame. But then you hit 21 and then you go out to the bars. And then there's just like, oh, just a cavalcade of flesh and low inhibitions.
And then there's
and
sexy
alcohol.
nurse and sexy cop.
Yeah, and then you have your own kid, and then you get to like carve pumpkins with them, so it takes on a different form. And then, like when you're old, then you're like the scary dude who gives out. It has so many layers to it. Halloween. It's the holiday that keeps on giving.
there's a slutty version of every costume, and you've got a pumpkin buffet to just
No,
admire.
literally in the search results there was a candy corn that was supposed to be sexy.
Where were you searching up, Max?
Candy corn. It was on the screen
Oh.
earlier.
I thought it was candy porn. I thought you said. I
No.
was like, oh.
No.
That's what he meant to say. He just doesn't want to.
Mhm.
Sugar,
I
it's a
meant
lot-
candy corn.
Oh,
Candy corn.
You know
sugar
what? I'm
free.
googling
Okay, sugar
that.
free.
Candy porn.
Oh, you're about
It's got to be
to.
like some.
It's about to be delightful for
star named Candy. I'm sure. I'll do the same thing, Kyle. Let's see if it makes a difference on the other side of the ocean.
Is my girlfriend a fucking hoe?
Did you put a space
Nice.
between it?
Halloween porn. Stick Boy says Halloween porn.
Stepsister caught me watching Halloween porn.
What the-
Oh boy.
uh,
Kyle, what's Kyle
This
getting up
Halloween.
into here?
things that are gonna get
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh.
Should we get into some geek news?
There's nothing
Wow.
there.
Let the man have his moment.
Look at this. She's just getting railed and she just has a witch hat on.
Which hat does she have on?
Max is a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Are you
But
getting a girl?
No, but
No.
you
Getting all
don't
red in
bring
the
Kyle on with the same thing. It's going to be a bad combination.
Yeah.
Oh
all
look!
good.
Oh look!
What we
at
got,
her.
Max? What do we got? Hit
She's
us with our first geek news.
Stick Boy. It, where is it? Come on. It's the
Stepsisters,
great
Lollipop Brothers.
It's the great Blumpkin, Charlie Brown.
That's what I'm looking for.
That's good. That's good.
Hot MILF party. Women get mischievously at Halloween orgy.
Ooh.
Yes.
Anyways.
Max, let's do Lego Batman first.
You know what's
Oh,
funny?
look right here.
You know what our first news story actually is?
Alice
Let's get friendly.
in Cumberland.
Okay.
Our
Alice
first
in
news story
Cumberland.
is actually the Lightyear trailer. So let's transition from Halloween porn into a Pixar movie trailer. That's a good transition.
I mean, isn't there always sexual innuendos in Disney movies?
There usually are.
Oh.
It's true. That's true. The boner in Little Mermaid.
The
The,
word
uh,
sex in The Lion King.
It's a dildo. Say it with me, Max. Dildo.
What are you talking about? The word
Little
dildo is
Mermaid.
fine. No, it's a boner. The guy has a boner.
That's not
I
the
don't-
Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, there's dildos on the cover.
Oh, maybe it's both then. Because at the wedding, there's like the priest, like there's an animation of like a boner through his
Oh,
pants.
the priest thing's a whole different thing.
Oh, is that something else? All right.
That's a different porn.
And then isn't there take off your clothes in Aladdin? Like if you turn it up, you can hear that whispered at like the magic carpet ride part. Anyway. Yeah,
Mhm.
so there was a trailer for a Pixar movie, Lightyear. I'm not very interested in the casting here. Like, I'm fine with the fact that this movie's being made. I think
You don't
it's
like
a cool
the Captain
idea.
America's the voice?
No, it should be Tim Allen. What are
No,
you doing?
he's too old now. This guy's younger. We need a
Nah,
younger
man.
voice.
Tim Allen should be doing this. I don't want Chris Evans doing this. No, the trailer is not
Do you
fake, Sticks
think
Boy. It is a real
is-
trailer.
Is Buzz Lightyear the most popular Toy Story character for kids? Like when you're like nieces and nephews or your own kids, I guess they're too small or not here yet. Watch Toy Story. Do you think they're like Buzz Lightyear is my favorite one?
I think it's a mixture between Buzz and Woody.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you get that fan, the Buzz and Woody, and you get, because like, I loved those movies. I love all the Toy Story movies. Like Toy Story 2 is probably my favorite Pixar movie ever. But you feel like as a kid it was Buzz Lightyear, but when you rewatch as an adult, you feel the sympathy for Woody, and so like it just kind of like, for me anyways, shifted towards
Buzz
Buzz
is
to Woody.
clearly the better toy.
No.
Nah.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was the whole premise of the first movie, right? Is because it's got like more of the modern action figure vibe. As a better character, Woody is definitely the better character, hands down.
Stick Boy, let's face it, Disney isn't making a movie called Woody.
No. That would be the production company Dixar. Dixar, it's a Russian company, and they are making a Woody.
Kyle's looking it up.
You don't think we're gonna get a Woody's Roundup movie?
Maybe. I think you could.
That you could probably do.
This is your sci-fi genre. You got your Western with the Woody one. You could do it a whole genre, a spin-off series of Toy Story movies.
You could redo Jurassic Park as a Pixar animated film with Rex.
How long did it take you to realize that one of the toys was a hooker?
Which one's a hooker?
Yeah,
the one with the hook. The one with the hook. She got a giant hook.
In the long legs.
Oh yes, in fucking Sid's room. Till I was 36 years old. That's how long it took. Till this moment right now.
Same. Till this moment.
Never realized that.
You never realized it was a hooker?
No, never realized it. Never put two and two together.
No,
it never dawned on you, and the sun never came up.
Nope.
You remember what was the you had a Wizard magazine? What was the toy? Their same branding, the toy one, where they did. It was the same people who did Wizard magazine, but it wasn't Toy Biz, but it was Toy Fair magazine. Do you remember that, Kyle? Where they would. Oh, so it was basically a price guide for toys, like Wizard magazine. But then at some point they would always do like the fan created toy of the month, where people would cobble together different parts of other action figures and paint them up to be like, hey, here's this action figure that we never had before. I don't remember where I was going with this comment, but I'm sure it was good. Oh, it was the hooker thing. Do you think the hooker toy in Toy Story is just like fan art? Like, do we think that what's the mean kid's name? Spike?
Sid. Yeah.
Sid. Do we think Sid was just a tortured artist at a young age, trying to express himself in a very Dali way?
I definitely think that Sid
I'll take my response off air, please.
Solo wants to know the hard-hitting question of, does Buzz Lightyear smell bad as Brad Pitt?
I've never heard that Brad Pitt smells bad, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
That's towards Kyle. That's the hard-hitting question.
Okay.
That's Kyle's ultimate go-to interview question.
Really?
Oh, can I do a side story on that? I was dating a girl who had a really great strategy for if you were talking about like watching a movie and being like, oh man, this woman is gorgeous. She is so hot. And she would do this. She'd be like, really? You think she's hot? She looks like she smells. And it seems like innocuous. It seems like it's not effective. I remember she did this with Mila Kunis one time. And I was like, watching like that 70s show. She goes, I'm like, oh, Mila Kunis is beautiful, especially in these, like when she ages into herself, she's gorgeous. She goes, she kind of looks like she smells, but no matter what you do, you can't shake it. You're like, get out of here. But then every time after that, I saw Mila Kunis and I was associating. I'm like, I bet she smells. And she planted this seed very strategically. She didn't make a big production of it. She just said, she looks like she smells. And I said, get out of here. But then when I was watching it later, I was like, every time I see Mila Kunis now, I'm like, she looks like she smells.
And well, it did come out that her and Ashton Kutcher don't really believe in showers.
Is that really the case?
Yeah.
So I guess she knew some inside information.
So they are kind of stinky.
I mean, you don't ever get that, like where you're watching something and you're like, I bet you that dude smells like this.
Every time I see Brad Pitt.
That dude probably smells like balls.
I'm gonna throw out two names and you tell me what you think they smell like, Matt.
We'll play the stink or no stink game.
No, I want to know. I like Matt's is like, what do they actually smell like? Okay. Tom Hardy. Matt, what does Tom Hardy smell like? Go.
Booze and 2-day-old cigarettes.
Okay. All right. Kyle, throw in one.
Ashton Kutcher. No. Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. I think he smells like sandalwood.
Good call. Nice. Well done. Max? That's it. We said two. Max, you got one for him? He's batting 100 right now. Or I don't know how people bat.
What does Ryan Reynolds smell like?
Ryan Reynolds smells brute. Just
awesomeness.
He smells like brute cologne. And I'm going to say brute cologne and DAP hair gel.
He's like very old school. It's like, so part of him was born in like the 1970s and part of him was born in like the 1940s.
Yeah.
I like how we all picked three dudes.
Well, I
I'm
was
gonna
just
throw-
about to say, Aaron always wants us to talk about women more. So yes, please.
Yes,
Give him a
okay.
woman.
I'm sure this is exactly what you meant by this. What does the late Princess Di smell like?
Oh, I think she smells like rose petals and lavender.
What does Aaron
I
smell
think she
like?
smells like rubber.
Rubber
Oh,
and
yes.
asphalt.
And there you
Wow.
have it, Aaron. That is our Women's Corner of the Month. Next month, we'll be reading Jane Austen.
Cheese and farts. What?
Oh, Jane Austen. Those movies suck.
That's
They're books, Kyle. They're books.
Well, some of those her books are movies too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. But what do you go back to Lightyear real quick, Max?
You know what he smells like? Okay, never mind.
Lightyear, is it a prequel to the toy?
Yeah,
Yeah, look at him.
it's his
Or-
origin.
Well, I mean, so is it a movie based on the toy line, or is the toy line based on the movie?
I think it's
now you're just
the
getting to
character. I think it's the character of Buzz Lightyear, not the toy of Buzz Lightyear seen in the Toy Story stories, if I'm correct. Which is a big
So, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, so when we get the Toy Story 1, the first Toy Story movie,
We're getting the Buzz
that-
Lightyear movie.
is that character based on the character in this Buzz Lightyear movie, or
correct.
is the movie based around the toy, like
What's
they did with
the-
Ninja
what's
Turtles,
the
where they
kids-
made a
what's
toy
the-
first?
This
And then-
is the movie that Andy saw, in my opinion of it. So Andy wants to Buzz Lightyear toy.
He's a
after
toy.
seeing
It's not
this.
like he could. It's like what do you
Andy?
expect it to do?
Well, like the
The
turtles, the turtles,
They weren't
Like-
originally a toy.
they were a toy first, and then the comic, or well, they were the comic, and then the toy, and then the movies.
Yeah, but they weren't based. They weren't a toy. Like Buzz Lightyear was based on being a toy. Like
No, I think it was. I always thought it was this.
no, in the first Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear was a toy.
No.
Right.
I feel like, all right. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not a big, huge Toy Story fan. In my childhood brain, I always thought Andy wanted a Buzz Lightyear toy for Christmas because they don't state this in the movie, but I feel like it was implied he had seen a Buzz Lightyear movie, and this was the toy he wanted of that. You're telling me that Andy buys just a regular old like spaceman toy with like a card back story about his past.
See, and I kind of get that.
That's what
feeling
I
too,
always
'cause-
thought.
Well, I kind of get that feeling too, because like if you look at like
Okay,
Toy Story 2 with Woody, he's based off the character from the Woody's Roundup show,
Yeah, it's true.
and then Buzz
I
Lightyear
like-
has video games of him.
I like your headcanon, Travis. I like that better.
And then this is finally that movie that's a little bit dated because that movie came out like 1990, what, 96?
I think it's 99.
so
Maybe you're
this-
right. Maybe it was 94.
I always thought we're finally gonna see the movie that Andy went batshit over, where he was badgering his parents for
95.
Christmas. Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought too.
All right. Good.
I like it. I like it.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
That's why I'm like, I finally get to see that fucking movie that Andy went all crazy about to buy those
Yeah.
toys. To
And
buy
it
those
should be
Spaceman toys.
it should be dated very 1993. It should be very 1993 references and language and slang, even though it's set in the future. Just to give it that extra layer of authenticity.
I like your
In
head.
the Toy Story universe, it would be like a movie that maybe Andy would have seen that would have made him want a Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, I
Wait,
like
how-
that. So Andy is now in college and he graduated from film school and he's making the Buzz Lightyear movie. That's what this is.
No, he's just reenacting his adventures that he would play out in his room with Woody and
There you go.
I don't hate that either. That works well for the generation that works well for me. I like
This is
that.
the
for,
origin
Well, 'cause Andy's
story of
old
the
enough
human
now.
Buzz Lightyear that the toy is based on.
Are you
Okay.
reading that somewhere?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, do we want to talk? Can I talk about a sweaty dude? Show Aaron how
you
gay
talk
I
about all
am.
the sweaty dudes you want.
you gotta tell me what he smells like first.
Uhtred. He smells like
on.
Danish ass.
And rum.
And sure. And I was gonna say he also smells like mud from the Irish countryside.
There, I would have gone with start with that one. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's constantly the Dane killer. I don't know if any of you guys have seen The Last Kingdom. It is probably one of my favorite shows, and they're coming out with season 5. But what this news is about is that they've announced that after season 5 is over, they're immediately doing a movie. I'm super stoked about it because I really love the show, and I was fine with the show ending with season 5. I like when shows have a proper ending. But hey, we're getting more. I'm fine with that. Like, especially if they put the budget into it. If they give us a good movie, I'm down. So I'm really excited for this. Do any of you guys watch this show?
I don't. No.
No. It's super good. It's history based, but it's also like it's set during like medieval times. It's all about the Vikings war against the British, basically. So, and it's like a fictional take on it. Like, it's based during that time period. It uses real events that happened, but Uhtred is not a real person that existed in history. He's a fictional character that they place into the story, and he kind of leads the charge. But Uhtred of Bebbanburg,
Fictional character.
yes.
I don't know if the whole like state of the world and pandemic is to blame for this, but like I'm not really into any of the shows I was into before. Like I've watched 2 episodes of The Walking Dead this season.
I know I haven't watched Walking Dead either.
I haven't watched any of Fear of the Walking Dead. I haven't watched any of The World Beyond. I don't really watch Flash anymore. I don't watch any of the CW stuff. Like Lock and Key has been out for a week, and I've watched 2 episodes of that. And I feel like that came out so long ago that I'm like, what the hell happened? Like I forgot what happened and where they.
I haven't even started that show yet.
And I feel like their recap was pretty bad, and so I'm still kind of like, what the hell happened? What did I watch before? And like I feel like that would be the same thing with something like this. Is just, I mean, I guess if you go back now and watch it all when the movie comes out, you're going to be satisfied. But I just don't want to put in the time and effort to watch another 10 or 13 episodes of Lock and Key season 1 just to know what's going on in season 2. It's I watched it already. I don't like Tiger King. They got Tiger King 2 coming out, and I think that's going to fail miserably because it took them a year to try and capture off of what took 2020 by storm. It's just it just sucks that a lot of these shows do that. Like Stranger Things, are any of us going to even care about Stranger Things when that new season comes out?
I got my Stranger Things.
Oh, they're waiting way too long in between Stranger Things. Way too long.
Yeah, but most shows on HBO or any of those they have big gaps.
Yeah, well, and Last Kingdom is one of the ones that I watched pre-pandemic that I'm still watching. They had a new season come out last year, though. So
I mean, the reality of the thing is that you need like a year of production. You need at least 6 to 8 months of production on like a 10 episode hour-long series. So I mean, just the creative process. I mean, to make the magic, you gotta take the time. You want to eat the lasagna, Matt? You gotta wait for it to. I don't know how to make lasagna.
I think that's true if you're coming out with something that's original. But Lock and Key, there's the content's basically written for you. You already have a guideline to go off of.
Yeah,
all you have to do is take that comic book guideline and transition it to work on TV. But when did the first season of Lock and Key come out? I feel like it was 2019.
I just watched the second season, and the second because I read the series, and the first season kind of covers a good like 75% of that series, leaving stuff out. So the second season, I did forget like what happened in the first season, but I knew enough about like the story. I'm like, I can jump into it.
It came out in February 7th, 2020.
So it was nice. The second season like had this world and the characters I like, but they kind of told some different stories.
But you got to remember, all filming was shut down for how long?
Yeah. I think that's a reasonable wait time with a pandemic. Like that seems.
Oh, let me ask you this, Matt. And I don't have a preference either way. I don't know how this would work. What if I guess it would be too much of an investment. They wouldn't do it. Like, what if they really got a great property like Lock and Key that works well, and they shot 3 seasons back to back over a 2.5 year period, and then they release them every 6 months? Would you prefer that, something like that?
Well, yeah, because then you're kept up on it. Like you don't have to go back and like I don't know, like shows that I'm drawn to now, like Letterkenny or Ted Lasso or some of these great shows. They have rewatchability. Like I've probably watched the first season of Ted Lasso like 5 times, and I just watched it again with Erin because she's never seen it, and like you pick up different things. So there's like rewatchability there for that. And I just kind of feel like Lock and Key, there wasn't that much rewatchability. How much? I mean, with Last Kingdom, Max, how much rewatchability do you think there is to this series?
I think there's a lot. When the latest season came out earlier, I think it was earlier this year actually, I rewatched the whole series after I watched season 4 and then rewatched season 4. But I also really love the show. So for me, it's fantastic. There's a lot of great story that you can pick up on rewatches. And yeah,
There was almost a year between season 1 of Ted Lasso and season 2.
Yeah.
It was 11 months.
Do you think there's something with like a Stranger Things?
So it's everything. It's about a year. It's everything.
You
It
think
pains me that we have to wait another 11 months for season
Even
3.
even things on network TV. There's months and months and months of.
But I feel like
nothing,
network TV though it's different because you're getting it's not like I mean, I guess Ted Lasso was weekly, but like these Netflix series drop everything at once, and then you can binge it. Then you have to wait that time. Where network TV, yeah, it's like 20 episodes spread out over X amount of months. So that way, like, yeah, it ends in April.
That's your choice to binge it.
That's true. It ends in April.
What you could
and then
do is have a little bit of self-control
Mm.
and watch it every week.
I don't have self-control at any point
Yeah,
in my life.
why in the world would I want to do that? Come on.
Well, I mean, if your complaint is you binge it, then you have to wait a year. and
Oh
have
yeah,
a little bit of
let's
self-control
pose it
and
this
space
way,
it out.
Matt. As much as you want to binge it, but if they treated those shows, well, I guess Ted Lasso was every week, right? It only came
Yeah,
out once
it
a
was
week,
weekly.
so you got a little bit. They got a little bit of a head start because when episode 1, season 2 started, they were already probably in the process of making writing season 3 at least, or outlining it with the
It
writers.
took a year for them to do 12 episodes.
Well, and that's the thing about network TV though, is like streaming services, you're getting 10 to 15 episodes. And network TV, it's usually if it's something that's picked up for a full season, you're getting 25 episodes. So like
I
it
don't
feels
think
like
you get that many anymore.
network TV, it's spread out. So you get your like season finale in May, and then you go a couple months of the summer without it, and then September rolls around and the next season starts again. So you're only feel like you're waiting like 3 or 4 months in between.
Were the Sopranos always like a year off too? Like for that, Matt? Did you ever watch like Deadwood or Sopranos? I don't remember if it was that long.
I think those were like that too. Yeah, I know like other HBO stuff like Silicon Valley was like that. Like there's a couple months off and
Westworld
they came
has
back.
long waits.
Yeah,
I think Game of
but
Thrones
I think
did
that's
as well.
again like that was pandemic because Westworld really hit, and then the pandemic hit. And we got the season where they went into the future, like they did that big time jump. Then you haven't had anything since, but I don't know. It just seems like these Netflix shows take a longer time to come out. But I guess because they're shooting them like little movies, they're shooting them like movies versus episodically. So
Yeah, for me personally, I don't mind it. Like,
What makes you think that they shoot
fine
them
with
like a movie?
well, because like network TV, you're doing an episode, they're shooting an episode and then editing it and airing it to where you would think like the Netflix stuff, it's shot that way for time, and then also how the run times are different. One episode is like 45 minutes, the other episode is like 50 minutes, the next episode is like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. It's like there's not the same run times.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like with network television, the season, from my understanding, while the season is going on, they're still filming later
correct.
episodes.
Yeah,
Correct.
So that's different with a Netflix series where all of it is filmed and then they edit it and then they release it all at once.
But I don't think
Maybe
they film it
that's
as a movie and then break it into parts.
No. I think I would agree with Matt in the sense of it's filmed like a movie in the sense that you're filming everything at once. You maybe have a 2 or 3 month
The actors
filming
know how the
schedule.
season ends before they film their first episode.
Potentially. If they give them the scripts that far in advance. And that's the thing too, is like, do they film? I think they probably still film each episode as an episode. So yeah, I guess because movies are different. Like you may have a movie where they come in and shoot it and you're shooting the final scene of the movie on the first day, depending on how the shooting schedule is. I don't imagine they're showing up and shooting episode 10 they might be shooting the final scene of episode 1, but I don't know.
That's,
I don't know.
that's an interesting question. I'm not quite sure about that. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about that, but I am curious about whether they shoot it still episodically.
I think they do because these shows, a lot of them still have different directors per show.
Correct. You're right. You're right.
So,
you're absolutely right.
episode.
They shoot it episodically. Then that answers the question for sure.
And I mean, for Mandalorian, for sure, every episode has a different director.
Same with all the like Stranger Things and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So,
But that's kind of what I meant, is that we film like a movie in the sense that it's not like they're still filming as the season's airing. They film it all and then they break it up and that, you know, they release it.
it's because you binge it. They have to do it that way.
Yeah. I binge it all.
But
They have to. They can't still film it and have them all out.
Yeah, I have no self-control.
Maybe Matt, what we got to do is, I think what we got to wait for is the metaverse. Once the metaverse from our man Zuckerberg is up and running, life will be so much better. Okay,
Oh my god!
just live in there.
A schmuck. Metaverse.
Oh my god!
All right, what else we got, Max?
Hopefully nothing. Fuck after that.
That's funny. The studio that did the Uncharted game is working on a new Marvel property, a new Marvel game.
So it's the writer. So Anna, I can't think of her name right now.
Kournikova.
No, but one of the writers on the Uncharted series is doing a Marvel game with Skydance New Media. It's a new studio.
Andrew Kendrick.
A lot of people are rumoring that it's going to be X-Men. Which I think it would be pretty dope if we can get an X-Men game.
We got one coming. We got the
Wolverine
coming from the same studio that's doing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know, but like if it was an X-Men ensemble movie a video game, that could be pretty cool.
This is a new company.
It's a new studio, yeah.
Oh, so you haven't played any of these games from the Skydance?
I have no, we never have.
Oh.
But it's got people that are big in the industry that have worked on other popular games.
I would like to see it be a Daredevil game, or
that'd be cool.
You know, a Iron Fist game, or
well, no,
something.
it would suck because your view would be black.
You're controlling Daredevil.
Now, have you looked at the people who are involved in this game? Like, based on the creative talent, do you think this new studio could rival, I don't know, some of the top video game studios?
I think the writing could. I haven't looked at like developers. Like, honestly, I wouldn't know anyway. Like, right. I don't know individual.
That's
coders.
probably, I don't know about video games, but that's probably a huge factor in is like who are the geniuses behind this mode of playing. Me talking about video games, but that'd be interesting to see if like, oh, this is the guy from that esports that developed this new way of controlling characters. And now he's in the studio. I got a Little Mermaid boner. I'm so excited for this.
Someone has to.
I'm excited that you have a mermaid boner.
The most rare of all boners.
Yeah. Little Mermaid boner.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not Anna. I'm sorry. Amy Hennig is the name of the writer.
I would like to see like Moon Knight or something off of like, go off of like these big properties that are massive right now that people are really paying attention to.
They're not even hinting.
So you're wanting a street level hero. You want someone.
Yeah, I don't want like the X-Men. I kind of feel like they've all gotten their shine, and Spider-Man's getting his shine right now, and at Sony and at Avengers, I wouldn't say got their shine at Square Enix. No. Guardians of Galaxy are getting their shine right now at Square Enix. So I'd kind of like to see some other like Marvel heroes.
No, that'd be cool.
That's an interesting idea. Can you think of a previous underrated IP character that first blew up bigger in video games than they did in before they were in a film or anything like that? Is there any character
are we talking like comic books, or are we talking?
Yeah. So not like originally created video game IP, but
so
like
for me, I can think of one. I don't know that like mass appeal wise. But Apocalypse was that for me.
Oh, from that video, yeah, because he had that video game.
There was like at the Sega Genesis days.
See, I think he was massively popular in comics before,
and that's why I'm saying for me, because I wasn't a comic reader. My parents didn't buy me comics. They didn't even buy me video games.
Overall,
I guess it depends. If I think Apocalypse blew up, it was around for a long time before that, but Age of Apocalypse. So if the video game came out before that summer event, then for sure that could have some effect.
I remember knowing who Apocalypse was before I saw the animated series for X-Men.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah.
So that's why it was kind of cool to me.
I think, like I said, I think the animated series has done more for these characters than video games has. Like Spider-Man, the animated series, X-Men, the animated series, everyone references back to those. So I think those are like the big explosive ones as far as like pushing characters into the mainstream.
What if it's a Jubilee game? All about Jubilee.
I'm a big Jubilee fan, so I'm for that.
I like Jubilee.
All to the soundtrack of Katy Perry's Firework. So
I could see them going with a female hero, though. I think that'd be cool if they did like a female hero for this one instead of like a male hero like we always get. I just don't know which Marvel hero they do. I mean, like they could do Black Widow, but I'd rather see someone less known.
Be like a Grand Theft Auto style game with Black Cat where you're having to heist stuff.
That'd be cool.
No. No. No.
Or Hellcat, street level. Just beating up thugs.
Maybe it's a Hulk game where you just get to smash everything.
Where the fuck am I?
I don't know. Where are you?
Jesus Christ.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But
yeah.
Oh, thanks for the
We
tip,
know very little.
Matt.
I'm just excited.
You're welcome. There's not a whole lot out on it, so it's all speculation.
I wasn't really quite sure what to go on from there, But I'm glad you gave us that tip of we'll just have to wait and see.
Hey, that's what we call. We're here for the facts.
I guess, man.
I was gonna win the facts. The new holiday.
We do have to wait and see.
The new holiday gift on out November 1st for any nerd on your Christmas list is the Batmobile, the tumbler.
I heard
from
that was one of the
in the Dark Knight.
One of the Han-Jin trailers that fell off into the ocean. I heard it was just all these tumblers. It's floating in the Pacific right now outside of San Jose.
just floating there, huh?
You didn't see?
I went out for seafood.
No, I didn't.
I went out for seafood last night. And I cut it open, and there was a fucking Lego block inside.
There's like 160 Han-Jin trailers that fell off a boat. They're just floating in the Pacific right now. And I heard it was all these Lego tumblers.
Ooh. Maybe we should go get a boat and go out there and try and pirate some stuff.
But it's for I don't know if it's the tumbler, but a bunch of Han-Jin trailers fell off of a boat. So
I have to go.
Let's go find these things. And
they said this is probably going to be one of the hardest years to buy toys.
Yeah, I know. Like my sister who works retail said that people are already starting Christmas shopping because they're afraid that they're not going to be able to get what they want come Christmas time.
That's what the news keeps saying, though, that there's not going to be any toys by Christmas time because they're all just sitting on boats still right now.
That's why nobody can get paper.
And there's no truck drivers to drive them across the country.
Civilization as we know it is coming to an end, boys.
You're a mean
cats
one,
and dogs.
Mr. Virus. You're a heartless, soulless fool.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. It's a quote from Ghostbusters, in case you didn't know.
That's a lot of pieces on that tumbler.
Yes, it is, dude.
How many
Legos are cool,
2,000?
I don't have the patience to build something like that.
2,049 pieces.
What's the 76240 then?
I have no idea. I'm not a Lego guy. Oh, it's 18 plus.
Yeah.
Oh, that would drive my dad crazy.
It's
my dad would be like, "What? It's
Lego
for
set.
adults. This is a toy." I could just hear the boomer now.
Well, if it makes you feel, if your dad makes your dad feel better, any guy 18 plus who builds this and then keeps this in their apartment is not going to get laid. So
that's true.
Mean,
They're virgins.
that should be some sense of satisfaction your dad can take away from it.
Hey, if you're
Dude,
not getting laid,
It's
just 'cause you got-
$230 fucking dollars.
yeah. If you're not getting laid just because you have some action figures out, then you're not doing something right.
No, I'm not talking about action figures, like a little action figure here. I'm talking about a Lego tumbler that you built, and then you're like, oh, I built this because it was a kind of fun puzzle.
Hmm.
And now I'm going to display it in my house.
76240 is the item number.
Mm. I would display that with pride. It would
That's
be a
why
little.
it's 18 and over. Is because you. I told
You have
my
to have
parents,
a fucking
hey,
job to
hey,
afford it.
Hey, mommy, daddy, can I get a Lego tumbler? Sure, son. No problem. $230? No. What are you, fucking an idiot?
That's the only thing you're getting for Christmas this year and your birthday.
And
Yeah,
next
that's-
Christmas.
And you
Yeah,
might
it's
have to
pretty
do a couple
expensive.
chores to help pay it off too. Like,
And it's sold out already.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Just joking. It comes November 1st.
yeah, it goes on sale November 1st.
And it's probably going to sell out November 1st. So everything is, man. There's supply issues on like every market front. Sucks.
Didn't we just talk about that a minute ago?
We did. I'm agreeing
Oh.
with you.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
And so
I'm gonna buy two and put them on fucking eBay.
continuing with our discussion from last week about how you just throw turtles in any property, we're having Funko is releasing the comic book accurate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Funko Pop line for this holiday season. So you can get your black and white turtles or your turtles with all just red headbands like you saw them in the original comic, the original Casey Jones,
Dude, you can get a 1989 Batwing.
all good stuff.
I think this is
purposely-
cool.
Yeah, I purposely had this because I thought Pepperoni would be able to
Yeah,
talk
that's what I
some
was gonna
pops.
figure out. This seems like a Lance story.
Yeah, it was.
kind of like,
You know, it was geared towards Lance. I didn't expect him to pivot and be like, "Oh, I'm not fucking showing up today," but you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we don't need to talk about this much longer, but I do think this is cool. And like, I know the conversation last week was stop putting the turtles in everything. That's just you're shoehorning them in. But this is cool. Like,
what's
this is just fun
cool about
Funkos.
it? What is?
Well, I
just
buy-
like
well,
it's
I'm not a
fun,
Funko
like-
collector,
yeah.
but like it's the original comic book versions, and so I think this is a fun little collector's item.
What I'm trying to look at them just because they're all red now. They're the original comic version. So you're like, if you want all four turtles, you're gonna get four turtles that all look the same, except
But
for
with
where
different
they have their
weapons.
oh,
different
okay.
weapons,
Oh,
yeah.
I see that.
I don't think it was. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it was until the 80s cartoon that it distinguished the different color
Correct.
headbands.
When they
Yeah.
started making
Oh.
toys of them, yeah, because they
Yeah.
needed kids to be able
So
to.
yeah, this
Make
is
this
this
bigger.
is
Differentiate which turtle's
Yeah.
which.
Makes
this
sense.
is for someone in their mid to late 30s, early 40s that like was growing up when the turtles first came out. This is
No, it was the cartoon that differentiated it first. And
Yeah.
then the toys.
Yeah. That's what he said.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, maybe I corrected the wrong way. Yeah.
Because the producers and
Kyle's-
stuff said, we can't have them all the same.
Kyle's distracted. He looked up Halloween porn earlier, and now he's looking at chicks with their legs in the air.
No, I'm looking
Yeah, I
at
was
the
looking at-
I'm looking at the
Turtle porn.
1989 Batwing Lego set. It's $200 and it's 2,300 pieces.
Wow.
Well, I hope he's
I
been a
would,
good boy.
I would
this
like
year,
to
Kyle.
find like I feel like there's that section of like nerdom we haven't found anyone in yet or been a part of it. There's got to be like hardcore Lego heads out there, don't you think?
For $200,
there are.
yes.
Like hardcore, like
My brother-in-law is a hardcore Lego guy. Like every Christmas, if you look at his Amazon wish list, it's nothing but Legos.
you
And
have
he is
those, like,
married, so I guess
you have
our
those, like,
theory's wrong.
Hot Toys nuts and
That's what I say. Do you think there are more Hot Wheels fanatics or Lego fanatics as
Lego.
adults?
Lego. I do. But I'm speaking anecdotally. I don't know a single person that's into Hot Wheels still. But I know several adults that are into Legos. So I don't know. That's just based on my personal
Kyle
experience.
seems like a Hot Wheels kind of kid. You a Hot Wheels kid, Kyle?
Mhm.
Really? Yeah, surprised me.
I,
You're kind of a
I
car
liked
guy.
Hot Wheels growing up, but not anymore. Although the Hot Wheels video game that came out was actually pretty good. My
See, I
friend
never-
had it. I
I never got into Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars. I was like Micro Machines or
Dude,
what was
you
the
can get a Nintendo Entertainment System Lego set.
He's just Christmas shopping.
what was it? What was the male version of Polly Pocket? Wasn't it like Mighty Max or something like
Yeah,
that? Where,
dude.
like,
Yeah.
little
I
miniatures.
dressed up as Mighty Max on Halloween.
Oh, dude, they got a Volkswagen bus.
There you go. You need that in your life.
Yeah, Mighty Max
$400.
was really cool. They had a cartoon show that lasted like one season. I loved that growing up. And that was probably my mom's favorite costume ever to make because it was nothing but a white shirt and jeans that she like sewed or glued an M onto, a red M, and then it's like a red hat. Like that was the Mighty Max costume. But I dressed up that way for like my 8-year-old Halloween and I loved it.
Oh, see, that's the Jiggy. So yeah, they're at every con. They buy the shit out of those like, custom Legos. See, I don't pay attention to that shit at cons. Like, when I go to cons, I'm there for my own agenda and hang out, and I don't pay attention to like what other people are going after. That's interesting. I guess San Diego, I do because you hear about people fucking getting the exclusive hot toys or the exclusive like pops and all that stuff, but. Most cons I don't pay attention to that. Exclusives. But I'll buy those turtles. I mean, I'm a shill for turtle stuff. So
I like the pun you're gonna try. You're a shell for turtles.
Yeah. I like turtles. So I'll definitely
do they have the 1989 Turtles accurate movie pops out yet? Is that a thing?
I don't know if I mean, they have Turtles pops for everything. I don't know if they have the movie accurate ones. I would be hard pressed to say it'd be hard to make them movie accurate because it would just be the colored headbands and stuff. But I just like I like the figures that they came out with a few years ago that were the comic book figures where they're all like they have the tails and they look like they're straight out of the comics with the red headbands and all that. So I'm kind of like I said, I'm a shill for turtle stuff, and I could definitely get behind this.
If I had space to display it, I might actually pick these up, but I'm not planning on.
Now, are you going to get the black and white ones? What do you think is cooler, the black and white ones or the green ones?
I think the black and white ones are pretty dope, but I
agree.
Pretty cool.
I like those better.
Probably expensive, are going to be like exclusives, and they're going to go for big money. But
that Shredder one, that's like black and white and the purple. That's my favorite one.
Pops are a thing that like I don't get them. Like I don't get why. Stupid. Yeah, and how they can go for so much money, and they're nothing special. Like you can't move them.
Someone gave me 2 of them as a thing, and I just took them out of the box. My preacher.
Pops. Dude, Lance gets so mad about that. Yeah, I did the same thing when I got some. Who is that? Bucky and.
No, it's a preacher. Jesse
Preacher.
Custer and Arseface.
Oh.
Yeah,
but I didn't know anything about pops. Someone gave me, and I just opened them up like a toy. I'm like, all right. He's like, no, don't open them up. And I'm like, well.
And I like how they're already in a box, but then they make protectors for the box to put them in it. It's just like, I mean, comics, there's no protectors, so the bagging board is your protector. And now it's like,
and then you put them in a box.
And then you put them in a box. Yes, that's true. But I don't know, man. I don't see the like.
I'm not a big fan of bunch collecting really at all. I don't like to buy things and not take them out of the package.
I will say that here's what I like about pop collectors. They're really easy to buy for. Like if you have someone who loves and collects pops, I mean, it's got to be easy to like, here, man, I saw this. Boom, here you go.
You don't know Lance.
Oh,
I buy gifts.
He sticks his nose up at your pops.
No, he didn't do that. Lance is a nice guy, but so last Christmas, he sent me a link for like 3 different pops, and he's like, hey, if you want to get one of these for me, that'd be great. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. If you want to tell me what you want, like, no, we get each other gifts, and I am not a great gift shopper. Like, I'll get you a gift, but I'm not creative.
You're the bad gift person in the relationship.
Yeah, I am. I really am. He gives great gifts, and I'm just like, I know you like movies, and you don't have this one, so here's a movie, because I'm not creative that way. But so I love it when he just tells me buy this. So I did. I bought him. I like the kind of friendship that me and then he bought the freaking thing. He bought it himself, and then I had to go return it and get him something else.
Well, but I mean, like that's on him.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why he's not easy to shop for, because I'll buy it, and he already bought it.
He's got no impulse control.
Out of all the years I've known Matt, he's never asked me, what do you want for Christmas? And you know what I've never asked him?
What do you want for Christmas?
You guys just sitting on each other's laps anyway.
That's a good friendship.
And we just talk about the first thing that pops up.
Yep.
Do you get each other gifts?
Nope.
No,
And that's okay.
no.
Lance and I do because he's a gift giver, and so I have to make sure I get him a gift. That's like literally. That's seriously how he shows his affection.
Just
Like
hand him 20
that
bucks.
guitar back there on my wall, the acoustic. He built that for me for my birthday this year. Like the man gives great gifts. He put a ton of money into that, so like I feel obligated to make sure I give.
I
him.
could see it. Why does it say "Made in China"?
I built this with my bare hands, made in China.
This is one I know he built it because I would go over to his house and
Because
I
it
saw
sucks.
it.
Because it plays like shit.
No, it plays okay, but I saw it in the various stages of building. It's better than what I had. I had like a $50 guitar that I bought like 7 years ago. So whatever he built for me is definitely better than that.
This is like when a guy like throws something in the oven and like just kind of has some smell of something cooking, and then he goes and orders like food. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I made you this."
So
I
his
can tell.
guitar
Those
is like
dirty pots.
his love life, poorly made and sounds like shit. It's a nice guitar, Max.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're good. You
it's
can
very
make fun
sweet.
of it.
I like giving. I like giving geek gifts to people because it's like, hey, this isn't. It's a chance to kind of like buy something in a different fandom that you're not into, but you're like, all right, this is cool. Like, there's a signed something of this that I came across when I was looking at my shit. So here you go.
I think giving gifts in our fandom it's a double-edged sword because you can either find something really cool to get someone, or they're gonna be like a pretentious snob about that. They're like, well, it's not this, or
Ooh,
I
I'm
already
gonna
have
get this for
this.
so and so. Nope, I think I'm just gonna keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the hard part is like you get that on the bus and you're like, this looks pretty dope.
This new Todd McFarlane Batman statue looks dope as shit. I'm gonna get this for nobody but myself.
Yeah.
Well, and like I don't know about you guys. I don't have tons of money to spend on my friends. So if I see like a really cool statue that's $100, I'm not buying that for a friend. If I have the budget for myself, maybe.
I don't even have tons of money to spend on my family. I just
No, I get
myself.
it. I get it. So Lance usually gets $25 worth of budget, so he'll get something this year.
You hand him that Chili's gift card.
I mean, I don't
That
mind
he's
getting gift
regifting
cards.
that he got from somebody else that he's regifting to him.
I do have a
Chili
gift.
slipper.
I do have a gift from Lance up here on my wall right now. I was just looking around. Everything else in here I bought for myself at cons and stuff, but he did get me a Boba Fett Star Wars thing that's pretty cool. It's not like unique. I think he bought it at Ross or something, so it's not like a collector's
Oh, you
item,
should have.
but it's cool. Like I said, I'm not a snob about that. I think it's cool, but I do like that most of my stuff in here is custom from an artist at Comic Cons. That's fun. I like to support those local guys. You know,
Look at this guy. Humble brag.
humble
right?
brag. It didn't set me back that much money.
Humble brag.
Meanwhile, Matt's got like signed comics on his back wall.
He's
Oh,
rich.
dude, that wall, Kyle's wall puts that wall to shame.
Does it?
Kyle,
got
well,
the
not the
green
green
screen.
one, but the one that had all his custom art on it and comics and
Yeah,
stuff.
Travis has some cool stuff there. All that Hellboy art in the
Oh, yeah,
background.
so I go to the con. I decided early that when I go to an artist, I'm just gonna get Hellboys, so I just have the same character on there.
That's Kyle has Nightwing everywhere. Nightwing and Robin, like
Yep.
all over his wall. That's where he's got two different versions of Dick looking at each other on his wall. Yeah.
Ooh, now I'm gonna start doing when cons start back up. We get to go. I'm gonna start having everyone draw Damien.
Yeah, you gotta add that extra ramen in there, huh? Or Robin.
Gotta add-
Ramen. Add that extra ramen. What the fuck? I
What
gotta
character would you
stroke
like?
that.
I would like Robin.
Yeah.
Robin? No. Ramen.
Yeah. That's coming out of a cup, man.
Like the noodles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have like I started doing sketchbooks at cons and I never really saw the like joy in that. Just getting
It's
I guess
awesome.
it is
You get them
original
all filled
art,
up and you
but
throw them in a drawer.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've got the Neil Adams one behind me with Rick Grimes shooting the zombie. That's overproduced. He did that for a bunch of cons, but the Spider-Man right here, that's done by I got that done by Azaceta at Free Comic Book Day a few years ago when we went to go get books signed by him, Kyle.
Oh, and
So-
he drew Kyle.
Yeah, so that's a custom Spider-Man from him.
It's
But
custom.
I have like a Miles Morales done by Selena Grace in a book, and I might have some other stuff that I haven't really framed yet or put up, but I just never really saw the bigger picture with like Jose fills up books and
Perrin does too.
Jason Perrin that we know fills up books of custom art of characters, and I just don't see spending like.
But you don't. The problem is it's in a book, and you set it down somewhere, and you don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like on your coffee table or something.
I like the one character from different artists because then people come in and you're like, oh, what is this? Like this comic book character, but you get to see how a character changes based on like the artist, what they bring to it. It's like watching like, oh, this is that same character, but just a different pen, like a different, this is a very sketchy style. This is a very cartoony style. And you get to kind of like walk them through the civilians on the different types of art and how that affects the overall product of a character. It's like a kind of like a little mini lesson. I get to mansplain comic art to people. Listen, sweetheart, come on in here. This is how you do sketchy art over here. This is cartoony over here. Now get your Patucci on the bed over here. No.
Just mansplaining, get art and I'm gone.
I just feel bad because like how many people go up to an artist and be like, oh, will you sketch me Spider-Man in here? Or will you sketch me Batman? Or it's like
they make a lot of money
you
on
see,
that.
I know they do, but
Yeah.
like
What made me realize it is when we were all standing in line for George Perez, and I was like, draw Nightwing, and he was like, okay. Here you go.
yeah,
And I was like,
busting out those
sweet.
$5 sketches.
And then I was like, hey, and then when I got back in line and went back through it, I was like, hey, will you draw Deathstroke with the Infinity Gauntlet? And he was like, oh, and he got all excited and he started, you know what I mean? And like, it's like, and even the quality is like night and day. Like you could tell he was excited about
No, that's cool.
but like, you know, he's drawn a shitload of Nightwings. You can tell it's done and over with. But the Deathstroke holding the Infinity Gauntlet made him so excited. So that was I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know what? What don't you know?
I mean, I was gonna
Guess we'll have
say,
to
No.
wait and see. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Matt, what don't you know?
we're just gonna have to wait and see, bro.
Were you trying to transition by saying you don't know?
No, I wasn't. I was just drawing a blank. And what I was gonna say before you started that, you know, how many people ask for Spider-Man or Batman, but the artists get excited when it's like an offshoot character or a character that's not relatively asked, you know,
Draw
commonly asked for,
me
like,
Kite Man.
you hit it on the head when you said George Perez drawing the Infinity Gauntlet, Deathstroke with the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, I think that's one of the coolest pictures you have on your wall is that. And like you're saying, like, you know, I asked Perez to draw Spider-Man. So he's like, oh, okay. And just, you know, rocks it out and $5, away you go. You know, it's just like that custom piece.
Yes, sir.
But
I don't know.
it's cool, but I don't see dropping $200-$300 on some of these artists for a custom thing that you're gonna put, like Kyle said, you're gonna put in your book and put in your drawer. Like if you're gonna hang it like you did, Travis, or like Brian from Flipside has a really nice art wall from comic pages that he's bought and stuff like that. Like that's cool, but just putting it in a book and throwing it in a drawer, just having books of stuff, it just doesn't appeal to me.
No,
That's my favorite Hellboy is the Jay Lee one. Oh, he made it kind of look like Wolverine. And they're kind of cool. But sometimes you get like a custom one and you come pick it up, you're excited, you're like, this one's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's like fucking kind of lame, you know.
Yeah. Obviously not a Hellboy fan, are you there, Andy Kubert?
Damn,
You know what they
he's
don't like.
throwing it out, man.
No, I didn't get Andy Kubert. That would cost like $500-$600. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
Stick boy. Stick boy says, "I want Batman drawn like Spider-Man with Wonder Woman's lasso."
Then you have the guys that come out. They're like, "I want me and Wonder Woman in a hot tub." So remember this face and go.
Yeah,
Remember this
remember.
face.
Do you have a Polaroid to take a picture real quick so I can snapshot it and leave it with you? Like that's why I got like that's why when we went to Phoenix Comic Con or Phoenix Fan Fusion a few years ago and Neil Adams was there, he just had tables like a whole table of his art, and I was like looking at it, and of course he had his iconic covers and from Batman and Green Lantern or Green Arrow, Green Lantern and all that stuff. But I was like, dude, he drew a Rick Grimes shooting a zombie. Like, how dope is that?
And then talk shit about it.
Yeah, and then talk shit about it. But I was like, how dope is that? So I was like, I bought it because it was something you don't normally see from Neil Adams, you know. So that's why I went with that one. But all right, moving on. What's got next? Yeah, so we're having Danny Rand no more, as Danny Rand is leaving the moniker of Iron Fist behind, and that very Spider-Man 50 homage cover there where you got the suit in the trash can, which leads to a brand new Iron Fist coming next year that is more, I guess, appropriate. If you want to go to the next slide, Max. We don't know.
It's a great way to get a 2-for-1 because then you're going to get a new Iron Fist, and then you're going to get a Danny Rand's going to eventually become some other new thing, right? So it's like, all right, 2-for-1.
Well, and this is being done by an Asian team, right? So it's a little bit more culturally correct. I know that's some people have had issues with Danny Rand being a white guy.
Dick Grayson in a Iron Fist outfit.
It says Danny Rand is too white and rich to be heroic. I guess. Yeah, because they're re-imaging him. The new character is going to be more Asian-centric. He's going to be an Asian character. The creative team on it is all going to be of Asian descent. So they're pivoting the Iron Fist, which is going to explode just to make more fucking first appearances of new characters. And
I have a feeling that when Marvel brings back Iron Fist, it's going to be this version. I have a feeling they're not going to bring back Danny Rand for the MCU. I mean,
oh, I think Danny Rand will just become something different. Like he'll be like Iron Supremacist,
Iron Claw.
Yeah,
Iron Supremacist.
Yeah.
Yikes. Iron Claw.
You said the whole team that's doing Iron Fist is Asian?
The new Iron Fist team is going to be Asian, yes. They're going to be of Asian descent.
You sure?
That's what the article I read said.
He's looking at, I can see the computer in his eyes.
That's what the article I read said.
Google eyes.
That was the whole big thing about it, is that it's going to be Asian creators.
Not hard to find in the artistic comic book world.
Right.
I mean, I haven't read the article yet, but my understanding was it was an Asian creative team. I don't know if that means literally everyone on the team is going to be
Alyssa Wong and Michael YG's Iron Fist #1 is the first in a 5-issue miniseries.
And then J. David Ramos is the colorist.
Yeah. So,
guys, I didn't want to say anything, but I guess we'll break the news. I'm on the creative team.
Nice.
Born in the Philippines, lived in Asia for 26 years. I am on the team. I am in. I submitted my resume, and they said, "You're in."
You know, if that was true, I would be so freaking happy for you. That would be really cool.
I think I'd have to have my podcast game. It'd be like, "Hey, can you jump us?" I'm like, guys, I'm writing
your mom
comics
says
now.
I'm cool with it as long as there's a lot of iron fisting.
Oh.
Yeah, use the powers unlike the freaking Netflix show. Actually be an Iron Fist.
Iron Fist versus Iron Foot. He has nice hair, so that has to count for something.
It is coiffed. God, I wish I had hair like that. Like
Me
cool,
too.
like slicked hair.
I just wish I had hair. I just
Yeah,
wish
for
I
sure.
had something left, man. Man, I'm the only one on the panel today that's follically challenged. The rest of you all actually have hair. And I'm the youngest one here.
It's a rare
Right,
case
that's
on a
impressive.
comic book nerd podcast.
Are you the youngest one here?
Yeah, I'm 33. We've talked about this before.
Mm.
I know Travis looks the youngest, that's for sure. When you told me you were older than me, I was like, I could have sworn you were like 26.
I feel it in my
Threw me
bones,
off.
Kyle. I feel it in my bones.
Travis, I just want you to know that I'm still trying to get Rent-A-Dad off the ground, but
Nice. Yeah, are you running in
Aaron-
trouble with the law?
Erin's just not. She's just not having it. I'm just like,
Like, give him a trial basis. Like,
Yeah,
like
just
we need
give him
a
a
pilot episode.
What is
Rent-A-Dad.
this?
You weren't here for that episode.
Yeah.
So Rent-A-Dad. So like, if you're a kid growing up without a dad, or your dad's in jail, or you can't give good parental advice, you can pay Travis to show up at your house and sit down and be like, let me have a little talk with you, son.
Yeah.
And then give you some good fatherly advice and teach you some
It's like
fatherly
Big Brother
things
program,
and-
but I'm getting paid. And then we can,
Yeah, and you
I
give it
think we
life.
can do this even, Matt. I think we can, obviously there's a day charge, which I would prefer, show place a day, even a week even. But we could even do like mini lessons, like, $75 for a lesson. That means I'll come and I'll give them like a lecture as a dad on a particular lesson.
$25 to teach him how to shave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And those type of things. And as we discussed last time, Matt, and this is very important, I'm not exclusively rentable to children. Mothers can rent me as well.
Solid business model, man.
That's right.
Completely on the up and up. Okay.
Mhm.
Completely on the up.
I mean, it's genius. You got that birthday party you don't want to go to, but the dad's got to be there. Rent-A-Dad. You just call
Rent-A-Dad.
Rent-A-Dad,
Boom.
and Travis fills in
Yeah.
for you. And
I'll talk
You
up
need-
the other dads. I'll talk up the other moms. And then if there's time left on the clock, I mean, who knows where the evening takes us?
You need a family costume for a Halloween party, but you don't have the dad. Boom, Rent-A-Dad.
I'm in there. And you know what? I'm really good at reading books to kids. I almost do it for a living. So, like, you want me to tuck your kid in with a nice book? I'll read it to him. I don't care. I'll do the voices.
you're like, I just don't have a dad mustache fabulous enough for this conversation.
Yeah.
Call Travis. Insert Travis.
Yeah. I am going to write off polo shirts, though, for taxes, though. I'm going to write off the polo shirts.
Oh, I think you could get. I mean,
Is there an
you could write off-
upcharge for traditional dad look? Tucked in shirt, socks up to the knees, white
Oh,
sneakers.
no. See, this is why you're not. This is why
New Balance
Matt,
shoes.
Matt, we got to talk about this. I feel like Kyle's creative vision is not conducive to our brand. We're not looking for like lame dad. We're looking for cool hip dad.
Oh, okay, cool hip dad.
Yeah. Like, Kyle, you need a dad that can teach you how to drink someone under the table. You rent out Kyle for a couple hours, There's a different dad for every situation.
Kyle's more a drunk uncle. Like, you want to rent a drunk uncle?
Drunk uncle. There's a different dad for every situation.
Is your family gathering going too well? Well, then rent drunk uncle. Sure to bring attention to any family gathering.
I don't think Kyle likes this joke.
No need to
He's
supply
giving
him
us
with
the side eye.
no need to supply him with booze. He will show up drunk.
Stick Boy says Rent-A-Dad went from legit to Vegas sleazy.
I'll rock the dad bod. Heck yeah. I'm good there.
Whenever Aaron's like, you gonna come to the baby shower? I'm like, nah, Rent-A-Dad.
Rent-A-Dad.
Call Rent-A-Dad. I'll get Travis over there.
I'll play
Let's
all
be
those
split.
baby shower games with a smile on my face. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm changing the Snickers diaper. Ooh, what's in there? Ah,
You're tasting the baby food without the labels on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's smashed peas. That's
You're doing
Jarlsberg.
where you're scooping the cotton balls.
I've never been to a baby
blindfolded?
shower, honestly. They don't invite me to
But
those.
Rent-A-Dad. You will now with Rent-A-Dad.
Yeah, but her baby shower is not co-ed.
Do
It's
guys
not,
have
right.
baby? Guys are now invited to baby showers, right? That's the
They
Well,
have
I'm
co-ed
sorry
ones,
now.
yeah.
A
Some
lot of them
people
are
do.
co-ed now.
I didn't go to my wife's baby shower. That was all her and the ladies.
nice. I mean, or not. I don't care. I have really
No,
I
I
have no horse in this race.
I have no I had no interest in going. I didn't care. It was her thing. It was to celebrate her as the mom, and she loved
Did
it.
they do like no, that's bridal thing where they do like a toilet paper bridal dress? Looks like there's a lot.
No, she didn't want any like games and stuff. Some girls like games for theirs, and
Then
my
there's the
wife
baby
and all that.
moon. Then there's like a christening if you're religious. Then there's a lot of events around
the-
marriages and babies now.
yeah, we didn't do the baby moon, but That was we were going to,
Pricey.
but COVID happened, and so we couldn't go. We actually had something booked and had to cancel it.
To the moon?
No, we were just gonna do a trip to Galveston.
Jeff Bezos will just launch into space because you're having a baby. You can come out of my cock rocket, no problem. Just get up in
I
here.
bought both my kids acres on the moon. You remember that when that was a thing where you could buy acres of the moon?
No, I
No.
didn't know that was a thing.
You didn't know that's a thing?
No, I know you can buy stars.
Yeah, you could buy.
Now I'm
acres
buying
of
a
the
star
moon.
for someone. Sounds like a
Now,
shitty gift.
the
Buy an
popular
acre of the
one
moon.
now is in Scotland. If you own like a certain amount, like I think it's like 6 by 6 inches in a certain thing, then you automatically become a lord. So people are buying like these 6 inches by 6 inches plots of land in this particular place in Scotland. So then they are officially lords.
Leftover. Your mom says, "What the fuck is a baby moon?" All I got was a month of hospital bed rest. And leftover Ziggy says, "What? I want to buy the moon." Right? Can you? You can't actually own a piece of the moon, can you? Because isn't space considered like maritime law almost? Like,
I mean, we came over here and just took land here
I guess
and
that's what we
decided
do.
it was.
We
like-
just take shit.
We bought in the Louisiana Purchase. They just decided all this on this side of the Mississippi was ours.
Let's clarify, because I want to make this clear to Kyle. If he did buy, if he did buy part of the moon? Now, Kyle, if the moon is ever inhabited, you realize you don't get those 2 acres of the moon that you bought. Is that what you're thinking here, bud?
I got.
Do you think that eventually, when we start settling the moon or putting stuff on the moon, do you think you have a real claim to your 2 acres up there?
Yes, sir. I got a deed and everything. Bill
Wow.
of sale.
I mean, that would be legit if you actually did get claim to that land, but I don't think anyone has the right to actually grant that right
Kyle's
now.
gonna be up there. Get the fuck off my property.
Yeah. Oh,
Stick
you
Boy
should-
says Kyle owns all of Uranus.
Okay, here I'll Google it. Yeah,
good.
it's like $25 to $800
$25 to $800 to buy a piece of the moon, huh?
acres. Yeah,
Are you in the dark side?
Your mom says, "I thought Transformers owned the moon."
Only the dark side of the moon.
Ish says China has claimed the moon now. I thought
Oh,
it
so
said
then
something-
when you buy your acreage, do you get something back saying made in China?
Mhm.
yeah,
All right, legit.
you get a little moon model that says "Made in China."
And a copy of Iron Fist #1, the new release.
Ish says, "Who got this moon money from you, Kyle?" People are intrigued about you buying the moon, Kyle.
He's buying other stuff right now, is what he's doing. There he is.
Right here.
Oh.
Lunar land.
see, 20-acre land on the moon. You get a deed. Look, moon.
I'm gonna
deed.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know this is legit because look how legit that website looks. Look at the graphics on that.
Dude,
It looks like
look,
it looks like
the Earth.
a PC version of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego graphics from like 1997. You
Dude.
got going on here.
Hey, they are the Earth's oldest and most recognizable lunar real estate company.
Look at that, dude. 50 acres for $500.
Ooh, click on it. Does it tell you like where? Like click into one of those.
Yeah, you it tells you where on the moon it is.
So you can look it up in like a telescope.
Yep.
Click into one of those. Let's see if we can get him slappy enough to accidentally click purchase.
Marks the
Hey,
exact
oh,
location
map.
of the purchased lunar land.
Oh, you got to pay extra for the map if you want to know where your shit is.
There it is.
$29 it says.
You can get a little fucking
It does.
You got
MS
freaking
Paint made
DLC.
certificate.
So
but
it's $30 for the deed. If you want to know where it is, it's another $30. And if you want the
You want a digital download, $10.
the codes, yeah.
Right here, though, I mean, see, look, all new celestial property owners, you get land coordinates will automatically be recorded in the official lunar land registry.
I think I'm just gonna start printing up certificates that's like for like different places, like part of Pluto. I bought it for you, and make it look legit, and just send it to people and be like, "Hey, there's this place where you can buy parts of Pluto. I bought this for you. Here's the deed to it."
what?
If you
what-
Look at this.
if you frame
Look.
it, it looks real nice.
For sale, for sale.
What's it's stored with scroll Kyle? It's stored with the International Association of Human Planetary Exploration. That's legit. It's legit, boys.
Google it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Good. I'm sorry, Kyle. That's my apologies. That's my bad.
I'm gonna buy some moon land,
Dude.
and then when they start drilling for oil on the moon, you can strike it rich like Jed Clampett. That's a smart move. Kyle's ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, man. You guys fucking laughed at me, but you know what? When I bought it, it was cheaper than that.
If you buy,
says, was this website made in DOS Pro?
if you buy like tons and tons of acreage, is it like a stock where you basically own the majority share in the moon, and then you can start, claiming control over things? Like, for example, if you buy the majority share of the moon, do you get royalty rights for the song Moon River? Do you get Denny's Moon Over Hammy, like that? Anything
Moon over you get an automatic free Moon is Over my hammy for life from Denny's.
Moon associated,
for being an owner of the moon.
They made that Mars one off limits.
Buymars.com.
Oh, look at this. You know it's real. It's on fucking Twitter.
Also, no international human language doesn't exist according to Google. The United Federation of Planets.
Debunked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who the fuck is this guy?
No, Google
He doesn't even
International-
have a blue check mark.
Google International Association of Human.
Now Kyle's gonna Google this guy and he's gonna go into this dude's fucking background. Rabbit hole. He looks important.
He's got glasses. That means he's smart.
Absolutely.
Who the fuck is this guy?
He looks official with that little smirk on his face.
Yeah. He's a smirky little guy. He's got a lot of photos on there.
He's on GitHub.
I don't think we want to question him. Your mom says fake news. Kyle will be president of the moon someday.
He's a space system engineer with a special love for Matt and special communications and software-defined radios.
Nice.
Kyle, this guy knows it seems like he knows what he's talking about.
I don't know.
He looks like scientific version of Moby.
Yes, he does.
I guess we'll see.
Dude, Kyle's out of the curve, man. If
I don't know, man. I guess
land
we'll see.
on the moon.
I'm always...
Dude, when they go to colonize the moon, do you know how much money you're gonna make when they come to you and they're like, Kyle, we need to buy your plots, man.
Look at this. For 1 acre, you only get futuristic packaging.
Yeah, you don't get your name printed on the deed.
Look at this right here.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by phony lunar land companies with no claim.
Tell me you're a scam without telling me you're a scam. That's what this screams.
Hey.
Oh, she's legit. She seems like she knows.
Look how happy she is. It's all frayed.
Look how happy she
It's
is.
not even frame. It's like laminated.
Yeah, it looks like something else was in her hand, and they just like change the opacity of that to like
Look at
like
this.
A few
So
celebrities who have purchased land on the moon. Not
they're all
Scientologists.
Yeah, they're all Scientologists.
Look, both captains.
Picard's and
Both captains of Star Trek.
Tom
have-
Hanks, Tom Cruise, Mick Jagger.
Oh, these are all emotionally unstable people.
Who's a dude in the lower right hand corner underneath Mick Jagger?
That's
Right
a
here?
Coppola.
It's William Shatner apparently.
No.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. They're all off. Is that Wozniak? Steve Wozniak?
Yeah, this is
from Apple?
Wozniak.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Wozniak. Look, dude. I mean,
Yeah, George Lucas is there. Diane,
No, man, dude. Legitimately though, it's good spending your money.
Barbara
It's good.
Walters?
It's a good purchase.
it's legit.
Dude, it used to be like really cheap, man. It's gotten expensive to buy.
You know it'll be legit when they start taking Dogecoin or Bitcoin to be able to buy lunar property.
Here.
Their live support. Oh, here we go.
My friend told me this is fake. What says you?
Yeah.
Question mark.
For all those listening back, Kyle is typing in the live support chat box.
It's fake news.
Vigorously.
Your mom says it's fake news.
Ish is calling you out. Ish is like, I feel like this is really dumb because to own an inch of the moon, you have to physically be there and claim it in person.
You gotta rock it up there.
Maybe they're just getting
Don't
things
crush
ready.
our dreams, Mom.
Maybe they're just getting things ready,
Oh,
and then
that's
when
Ish.
you move, when they go send another man to the moon, he's just gonna have a bunch of flags. It's gonna say
The
property.
guy
of,
who loves Star Trek thinks that the owning an acre of the moon is dumb.
right?
I can buy an acre in another state and never step foot on it.
That's true. Kyle
That
with
is
the
an
comeback.
incorrect statement, sir.
What was?
I don't know. I was just using. Isn't that your catchphrase?
No, sir, that's an incorrect statement.
Ah, I screwed it up.
They're not
What?
responding to me.
It says your position in queue is 1, so you're waiting.
So I'm the only person waiting.
It says so. You are ignoring interstellar law.
You're like a moon pirate.
Dude,
Ziggy
okay.
says, so now we need to buy a rocket. Oh, here we go. Now we're looking at interstellar law. This is exciting.
A lot more exciting than when we were talking about Legos and shit.
I gotta go, boys. It's been a pleasure.
All right, Travis, have a good one.
Coming on,
Yeah.
Travis. Appreciate
You
you.
too. Take care.
Your mom says, I knew a guy who used to make fake I named a star after you certificates and give them to girls he was trying to fuck. Was his name Ish? Was
Dude,
that
it
Ish?
worked.
Even leaving a flag doesn't claim your land. You actually have to physically be there until someone comes and removes you with force.
No. That's called a squatter. Then you have a whole different set of rights.
Right? Like you can just live
Where
in
did
someone's
Travis go?
house for free. He had to go. He had things to do. Remember, it's what, like Saturday morning over there?
Yeah, we told him we were going to do an hour show, and he stayed an extra 30 minutes.
He always wonders why they were never impressed. Nice. It's the interstellar law, motherfuckers.
Interstellar Law was a series of enacted. Is that from fucking Star Trek?
It is. The whole
not
fact
even-
that says interstellar law and treaties, Star Trek
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Star Trek wiki,
Well, fuck you guys. When I go to the moon and have acreage,
Papa Squawk
s-
writes.
you suckers can sit here on this dying planet.
Yep.
I'll wave to you from the moon, fuckers.
I hope it
Over
works out
Ziggy
for you.
says, so 62 million for a rocket.
Whoa, Sticks Boy, we're not going there.
Can we get NFTs of the moon? You can get NFTs of the moon. I know just the guy that can talk to you about those NFTs.
Oh my god, dude.
That's if he still has that's if he still has a presence on the internet.
Oh my god, dude.
Let's all take a rocket to the moon and do a live show from there. Let's do it.
That would be legit.
Look at that. NFT moon by virtual land.
For the moon metaverse.
Let's see what this is.
Buy an NFT moon certificate and get a virtual piece of land in the moon.
So-
metaverse.
This is what I'm calling bullshit on.
This one, not that you can actually buy land on the moon for $30.
Prove to me you can't.
It says Kyle could just yell, "All mine!"
Fuck yeah, bitches.
Just hey, once the moon opens up, go over there, sit on your land, get some squatter rights.
This is fucking. I won't need squatter rights. I got a deed.
Hey, motherfucker! I own this. Get out of here. Get off my land.
It's gonna hold up. Kyle's gonna be president of the moon. I said it in the chat. I stand by that.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Kyle's gonna be president of the moon, and on trick-or-treating nights, he's gonna throw all the pumpkins at people's doors.
International Lunar Land Registry.
Oh, it's got international in its name. You know it's legit. We
What the
deliver
fuck?
everywhere around the world.
What the fuck is this? Sea of Rains? What the fuck is this shit?
It says NFT moon. Laugh my ass off. This is a scam. Stick Boy says lawn chair and hose to keep people away.
Get off my land.
Your mom says got to get up there and spray your territory.
Look at this. Their price per acre is 100. Look at that. 151.44.
Damn.
That's expensive.
For something you can never actually own
Yet.
you
own it. The problem is getting there.
It's a vacation spot.
That is right now is the true problem. Acquiring the land is easy.
That's what Travis was talking about. It says you can buy a plot of land in Scotland big enough to plant a tree, and you get lord and lady of that land.
No, I can't because I have to be able to step on it and put a flag there.
The best part is checking into hotels and flights as lord and lady. There you go.
Is that Ish's picture?
The moon is closer to the Mars. Yeah, that is Ish's picture. It looks like he's looking very like crocodile hunter.
He almost looks like he's fucking from Destination Truth.
Yes, he does.
Very Destination Truthy.
Oh man. Your mom says stick boy, a paintball gun is more effective to keep people away.
Wouldn't you be pissed if you ended up getting an acre in a crater?
Yeah, that would suck.
Be awesome.
In a crater?
Yeah.
Dude, you could never get out of it, man, because it's fucking so deep. You're stuck.
Well, like when you colonize them, so you just build your wall up around it, and you build your little house in the middle of the crater, and then just
Play
get your
video
little
games.
moon. Yeah, get your little moon vehicle to drive out of there.
Look at that, dude. All information is confidential and will not be shared with any outside party.
Ooh.
That's awesome. That way I can own my digital piece of the moon in peace.
No, this
Knowing
one
it's
is
secure.
digital.
It says no, because Scotland already owns that land. Scotland is different than the moon, Kyle. Pulling out interstellar law on your ass.
I guess. What happens if you oversell it? Like if you accidentally sell the
Yeah,
same
see if you
acre?
can resell it. Can you resell the piece of the moon that you own?
I can't believe people are watching us do this.
Hey, people are and they're wanting to know.
We're on a journey together. How much of the moon can you purchase?
There you go, right there.
I see.
Dennis Hope's sale of land on the moon is not legal.
What?
Right there. Dennis Hope's says
fuck is
sale
Dennis
of
Hope?
land on the moon isn't legal.
Well, right there from Forbes. No one can sell land on the moon, it says.
Who the fuck is Dennis? Right here. Who's Dennis Hopes?
You were scammed, sir.
Well, this guy can't. Oh God, I hate that.
No, I don't want to subscribe to you.
Now I'm stuck. I'm stuck. It's just spinning. Well, you
So
can't buy
basically-
it from Dennis. Dennis was a scam.
Get your ass to Mars, it says.
Going to. I'm fucking going to.
All right. Well, we learned a lot about Bob on the Moon.
Want to get into your top 5 comics?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about comics tonight. So, in a little bit more, being that Halloween is in a couple days, a little bit more horror, spooky vibe on this week's top 5 comics of the week. Let's go ahead and get into number 5. Number 5, House of Slaughter. Number 1, huge book, massive amount of copies printed this week. You may know Aaron Slaughter as Erica's handler and rival, but before he donned the black mask, Aaron was a teenager trained within the House of Slaughter. Surviving within the school is tough enough, but it gets even more complicated when Aaron falls for a mysterious boy destined to be his competition. Have you read House of Slaughter yet, Kyle?
No. Here's an article right here that says it is now legal to buy it. Acres on the Moon.
There you go. We need Snopes to look into this. House of Slaughter. I was kind of lost because I've started reading like bits and pieces of Something's Killing the Children, but I'm kind of lost because I'm not up on Something's Killing the Children. I kind of bought this book this week to feel like I was part of the cool kids and jumped in there, and I didn't hate issue 1. I liked it enough, but it was definitely not my favorite book this week. But that's how I put it at number 5. Number 4, Vinyl 5. This is the penultimate issue. There's one more issue yet left of Vinyl. Again, if you're into like the old school plastics or like just crazy like slasher book, Vinyl is the book for you. Madeline's bunker of abominations comes face to face with Walter's blood crazy psychopath. This book is insane. There's a dude who likes vinyl music, goes around and killing people in a teddy bear mask. There were 2 twins that were murderers that died, and the chick made like a mask and suit out of their bodies. It jumps in like this vat of blood. It's a gnarly book. If you like ultra violent stories about serial killers, kind of like Plastic and other stuff from Image, I would definitely say check out Vinyl. It is only 6 issues, so there's 1 issue still left to come, but it's a good read if you're into that kind of stuff. Number three, Ice Cream Man. It's Ice Cream Man 26.
Are you still reading that?
Yeah, some families are completely sideways. This is an unsettling tale of addiction in the family tree. So, what's cool about this book here is that the minute you open it, so it's like, you're holding it like a normal comic book, and then the minute you open it, it tells you to turn the book, rotate your book 90 degrees clockwise.
Show us.
So that way you read the whole book like this instead of like you read a normal comic book. And the whole thing is like this dude. And so it's this dude named Michael talking about his family tree, and he's climbing down his family tree to deal with his battles of addiction. And he gets down and he like falls to the roots, and he sees his unborn daughter at the roots of the tree and talking to her about like, you could beat my addiction. Maybe you could. And she's like, well, maybe I'll be the one to overcome it and all that. And then as he starts climbing out, he goes to like the next set of roots up, which is like his ancestors, and they're all like drinking in a bar and just kind of like feeding to his addiction of alcoholism and all that. So it's a very, very interesting take on, you read it like a wall calendar. Exactly. It's a very interesting take on your family tree, like addiction and how addiction runs through your family and things like that. So I actually kind of found it kind of interesting. But yeah, I am still reading Ice Cream Man, Kyle. It says, hilarious that they have to tell you to turn it sideways as if you couldn't figure it out the moment you looked at it, right?
I don't know, man. I see a lot of people do a lot of things you think is just
common sense, and then it just doesn't like sit in. Number 2 from this week is Spider-Man. The Beyond Corporation has returned, and this is your chance to meet the people who have brought you the new and improved Spider-Man. There's a target on Spider-Man's back, and one of his classic villains is out for blood. So if you're not reading Spider-Man, to catch you up, it's a new creative team. Ben Reilly's back. He is now Spider-Man. The Beyond Corporation has bought and brought the trademark to the name Spider-Man. So because way back in Superior, when Doc Ock was inhabiting Peter's body and started the Parker Industries, he copywrote or the name Spider-Man, but Peter, when he came back, never re-upped that copyright. So the Beyond Corporation buys it. So Ben Reilly's back as Spider-Man. Peter's in a coma after fighting a bunch of nuclear villains.
Your Peter was in a coma for a while.
He will, yeah, mine too. It happens.
That's what I said. Yours.
Yeah,
I didn't say mine. I said you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. My Peter's always in a coma. You can never get it to wake up.
Well, you did once.
I did once. Yeah,
for sure.
One and done. So I always say. But so this is actually like, since Ben Reilly took over, this is his first issue where Peter is not in this issue at all. He goes in and he has a confrontation with Michael Morbius. And the very last issue, or the very last panel, is Morbius biting Ben Reilly on the neck. So we're going to see what happens to him moving forward. Good read. Amazing Spider-Man has been real good now that the new creative team has been taken over with the return of Ben Reilly. I'm excited to see where it keeps going.
Forward.
At number 1, Robin. Robin battles for the secrets of the eternal life against the deadliest killers on the planet.
And he reads manga.
And he reads manga about him and his girlfriend Flatline. If you're not reading Robin, man, Robin's probably one of the best books. Other than Nightwing, Robin's one of the best books of DC right now. Would you agree, Kyle?
I do. I concur.
If you like Damian Wayne and his brash cockiness and Mortal Kombat, like, it's your perfect mashup, because it is Damian Wayne enters a Mortal Kombat tournament throughout the DC universe, and it's super dope. And you're about to the final panel. You're about to see the final fight of the tournament, which ends up being Damian versus Connor Hawke. So we're going to see how that plays out in the next couple issues. But if you're not reading Robin yet, what are you waiting for, man? You can't ask for more than DC characters in a Mortal Kombat tournament that's not Injustice. Which, by the way, that Injustice movie's god awful.
I heard it was bad.
Yeah.
I heard it was pretty bad.
But always remember to support your local comic book stores, local comic shops. We appreciate your business. Did you pick up anything interesting to read this week, Kyle?
I did get something kind of cool this week.
Ooh.
Shout out to Ish and Bill for hooking me up with this.
Venom number 1.
Todd McFarlane.
That's cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they hooked me up.
Is it
I've been
signed?
wanting this for a while. No, it's not signed. Todd McFarlane won't sign it.
Why?
Because they printed this without his knowledge, and he doesn't work for Marvel, and it was his art, and they did it anyway, so he refuses to sign it. It's one of the books he refuses to sign. So, but it came out a while ago. It's just
It says honorable mentions to DC versus Vampires and Task Force Z. I didn't read any of those. I'll tell you what, though. I think the best cover of the week, in my opinion, hands down, goes to King Spawn number 3. Look at this cover. I think that cover is beautiful. The little kids trick-or-treating as Wonder Woman, Batman.
I couldn't get one because it was too expensive at my comic book store.
And then the ice cream man with the knife. I think that's a super dope cover.
Yeah, that is cool.
Leftover Ziggy said Todd the drama queen.
A little bit. About that book he is. Yeah, he refuses to sign it. Remember, that was one of the ones that he showed off.
Whoops.
The fuck was that?
I knocked over my cup. My cup, man. Cup. But those are all the books I read this week. If you have a different top 5, or you picked up something that I'm not reading or we're not reading that you think we should, let us know in the comments below. But yeah. What do you guys why don't you go ahead and pitch MCM tomorrow night, Kyle? What do you guys got going on MCM tomorrow night?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know?
Mm-hmm. It's got to be better than last week.
No way. Last week was gold, and sad nobody will watch it.
It had about 1,000 views before we took it down.
Oh, did something dramatic happen? I
Oh,
missed
yeah.
something?
Fucking craziness.
It was crazy.
Six
Mayhem.
boys there.
Yeah, I was there the week before when you guys were talking about DC Fandom, but I didn't catch. I didn't catch this one.
Let's just say
first-
there was a heated debate over NFTs.
Oh,
Stick Boys' last week was great. See, dude, people like it. People like it.
It was. It was different.
It says I can't
Well,
believe Matt was on that.
I'm
show
just
and he
wondering
missed
why you
everything.
guys. Just wondering why you took it down. Was it
'Cause it was
YouTube
bad.
violations?
No,
Oh, okay.
we did it to not get sued.
Ah, all right.
Let the
No.
said there was a girl fight. Your voice cracks me up. Yeah, I can't help it because it's going in and out from screaming at the game yesterday.
Blow, pack, blow.
No, sir. Your mom says she is seriously disappointed that she missed it.
That's what happens when you have fucking company over to go watch Full Metal Jacket instead of your husband being on the show. So it's your own fucking fault.
Yep. But so you haven't planned your show yet?
Your mom jumped in quick enough to say, "Hey, I'm watching Full Metal Jacket. I'm out." Well, you know what? If your mom should have watched.
Your mom should have watched. It was crazy though. It was fun.
It was insane.
I made a reappearance over there.
All I know is I got up to go to the bathroom, and I came back and fucking shit hit the fan. And I came back going, "What the fuck is going on?" No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Who all-
butthurt. I'm just stating
Who
the
all was
fact.
on that time?
So the show started out with me, Sticks Boy, and this other guy. And then Brian came on to do like a Baltimore recap. So I only picked out a few topics, and then me, Sticks Boy, and another dude were gonna like kind of go through the motions of the show as there's supposed to be all these different people on at Baltimore, and like all like the whole cast, the flip side was supposed to like cycle in and out to talk about how cool Baltimore was. McClay gets on for like 30 minutes, goes, "All right, I'm out." And I was like, "Oh fuck." Yeah, Sticks Boy talked about Doctor Who. That was kind of cool. So it was me and Sticks Boy, and I was like, "All right, there's only three of us." I never podcasted with Sticks Boy and the other guy, so we were vibing.
Meshing.
Yeah, because I wasn't used to him. So I kind of put out an APB for other people that for like Matt and Solo to help me because I was having trouble. And fucking and then Marco pops in, like it's going all right. Like Matt pops in, we're all talking about Spider-Man, we're having fun, we're doing all this shit. Then Marco comes in, man. He's fucking wasted. So fucking wasted. And then we were talking about NFTs. Like this guy had introduced me to this NFT site, which I thought was pretty cool, and I just figured it was at least something cool to talk about. Well, Marco did not agree that is something to talk about, and he just fucking flipped out. Yes, taxes. Yes, he flipped out. For somehow Marco interpreted it as the guy was telling everybody not to pay the IRS. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, that's what he thought. Yeah,
That's how Marco interpreted it.
yeah. Because he was talking about NFTs because what it is like they're comic books. They're like the augmented reality stuff now. So it's like comic books that you buy NFT form, but also read, and you can resell them for gems on this site. And I was like, well, how does that transition to real money? How do you get paid? And he was like, they haven't gotten that far yet, and explaining it. And I was like, well, someone said something about taxes. I was like, well, that he was like, no, it's not taxed. And I said, at some point, the government's going to get theirs. Like when
As it is right now, he's 100% correct.
Yeah,
you're not being taxed,
and
he's 100% correct.
When you buy when you buy crypto or any stocks or anything like that, you're taxed on it. You're going to get sent a 1099. The government's going to get theirs. And he said, he's like, right now you're not taxed. And Marco was like, well, fucking not pay your taxes. And I don't pay taxes.
Right.
And, yeah,
he's right. It's like how the internet was before. Like you used to go on eBay, you buy something, you weren't taxed on it. You sold something, you didn't. A lot of people didn't claim it on their taxes.
Right.
It's the same, you know what I mean? So you go on a site. It's just like right now, if you went on a site and you bought a comic book, you go on, you buy these gems. It's $1 a gem. You go on and, I mean, you know what I mean? And then what they're doing is they'll release 20,000 editions of a comic book. And they're, you know what I mean? Like I bought a comic book and it was 2,356 of 20,000. So I have, you know what I mean? I have an actual number associated with my digital copy.
And like you have a chance to get variants and things like that you can sell for more money, kind of just like the actual comic book game. But
like you can go on and buy like the Starship Enterprise NFT, and you can get like the Borg, and you can get like statues, NFT statues, and it's augmented reality, so you can put it up so it looks like it's sitting on a shelf when you look at it.
That's an interesting idea.
And that's how I took it. Well, it's something cool to kind of talk about. And Marco just fucking...
He did not agree.
He just flipped the fuck out.
Is this like when there was a conversation on one of your guys' shows? I watched that video, by the way, about Connor being gay. That was quite a... If you want some spirited conversations, please tune into Tales from the Flip Side. They've got some spirited conversations at times. It's entertaining.
But yeah, I just thought it was cool. Marco did it. He just flipped out on this dude. So we ended up, and it wasn't like he wasn't poking fun at the dude. Like he was
legitimately like ready to fight. He was like, "I'll give you my address."
He mentioned something about a gun.
Oh my goodness! Holy crap!
He kept saying, "I'll see you when I see you." And it was like, oh my god, dude!
It was something about like the Michigan flag. He was like a gun. Yeah, the Michigan flag, a gun in one hand, and we're waving hello with the other, or something like that. Like he wasn't threatening him with a gun, but he did say, "If I'll see you when I see you, and I'll give you my address." But yes, Kyle's right. He did mention a gun, but
all over NFTs.
Yes,
yeah, it was.
Goodness gracious, our world is just
got wild.
Crap, dude.
It got and like
Goodness gracious.
Like so, we pulled the video.
It sounds like maybe that was a good idea based on the context you're starting to give now.
Yeah, we pulled the video.
Good entertainment, Leftover Zaggy.
Zaggy liked it. Yeah, it was exciting. Good entertainment.
I'm sure watching it, and then like Marco, then he starts flipping out on the audience. He started flipping out on the listeners, man, and like people that were like telling them to shut up, man. He was like flipping out on them, making fun of their names and shit. It just got out of hand.
I thought at one point he was legitimately going to show his dick on the screen.
I swear to God, I was like, oh man, he's going to whip his dick.
Like
out,
he stood up to like show us his underwear and stuff. I was like, oh God, here we go. But
so we pulled it, and the dude was messaging me, and he wanted a copy of the video back. He's been asking for a copy of the video for his own records.
You lived it, bro.
So like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Why would he need a copy of it?
That's why you watch Modern Carl Mayhem, for the mayhem, and it lived up to its name.
Yeah, but the mayhem, there's still mayhem going on about it.
Yeah,
It's still not.
Well, hopefully tomorrow's a much better show, less issues. You don't have to pull it down. I hope it's a good time.
I got into a lot of stuff, but I was sitting here and I was just there at this point, and like. I wasn't causing it. I wasn't instigating it this time. I was just kind of there. So
You were
We were
part
all
of
just
it.
kind of there.
yes.
Like, and then like I was trying to like, and I picked like, and I was I had drank a lot. Like I probably drank like 12 White Claws during that show.
He was white girl wasted.
I was white girl wasted, and I felt so bad. I kept trying to circle back to like make it better, but I just kept digging a hole because it just would like start again.
That's when you just move on. Just go to a new topic. All right, we've talked about this too
He
long. We're
couldn't
moving on.
because it kept coming back.
It kept coming back.
And the chat was instigating it, so like it just kept coming back. Like he would try to move on, but it just kept circling back. Like he would say something and be like, "Can I get an NFT of that?" And then it fucking circle back and start all over again.
That's fair.
It
I've definitely run into that before. I'm
And
trying
then
to
the
move on
chat
from the
started being
conversation.
like, "Send me your address, bro. I'll come find you." Like it just got out of control.
Dude, people started saying fucking Marco 316 and fucking
Yeah,
Marco with vengeance, and it just fucking just got like
yeah, that's right, Ziggy. Damn chat. LOL.
The fucking the Rodney with a Y.
Yes, I missed that one. I just caught it in the chat. Rodney with a Y.
So yeah, he was saying Ronnie. Who the hell spells Ronnie with a Y? But it was actually Rodney, and he's like, "You got this little butt tickler right here." You know, it's like, oh my god! Now he's attacking people in the chat. Now he started attacking Solo Wookie. Solo Wookie's like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here."
Solo I love when Solo comes in the chat. He doesn't usually stick around like for the whole show, but he just comes in, throws out some ridiculous comments, and they're funny. I love Solo in the chat.
To be fair,
I thought it was shitty for that dude that it happened, but it was funny as fuck to experience.
Was he like a guest on the show or something?
Yeah, he was.
So the last few weeks we had been going, "Hey, you think you could be on the podcast? Reach out to us." And he was a listener, so he reached out and he said, "Hey, I'd like to try to give it a shot." And I was like, "Oh, sweet, come on this week." You know, like because Brian wasn't going to be there until he was on with Baltimore. Sam wasn't on. Ish fucking bitched out. Fucking so I was like, shit. You know what I mean? I'd like, you know, and then like I'm so glad like Dick's boy like stepped up too, and he can roll with the punches, so that's cool, man. He had fun with it, but like it was crazy. Oh man. So, you know, if you guys don't do Modern Comic Mayhem, come on over this week.
Never know what's going to happen over there. This Mayhem boys.
I know what's not going to happen next week.
No, it's not going to happen. The good stuff.
I felt bad, dude. I felt so bad.
Do you have the normal crew on tomorrow? Like, is Ish and Sam on tomorrow? Ish, give them your answer now.
I think Ish already committed.
Ish, let the people know.
Even Corbin was there too.
Yeah, Corbin was. That's right. Corbin was there.
Corbin was there. He came in the middle of that too.
Was he in the chat or on the panel?
No, he was on the panel. Sticks had a good time. He said, "Anytime you want me back, just say so." Sticks had a good time.
It was fun. Same goes for you, Matt.
Awesome. I will definitely keep that in mind.
I know you ignored My Name is Kyle and his asking to come on the show.
We already had 4 people on. I didn't want it to get I don't like having more than 4 people on. And so I didn't want to send him.
That's Quantum Kyle, the teenage kid from the panel we did at Phoenix Comic Con a few years ago. That
is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's cool.
You never know.
Yeah, he's a cool kid. We've had him on before.
He's bright. He's begging to come on and show us his Batman costume. I'm expecting just to see like him show us the Batwing and dip out or something. And when I say Batwing, I don't mean comic book related.
No, we need more.
But
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Brian will be there, so he'll just end the show.
Yeah.
He won't keep it going like I do. And like that was my first time running the whole show. You know, I did the intros. I did, you know what I mean? Like that's why I was only drinking
White Claws.
White Claws. I was trying to stay fucking cool.
And he's like, this shit's already off the rails. Let's switch to whiskey.
Fuck it.
All right. What else we got tonight, Max?
Well, our final topic tonight was going to be about Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game, not the TV show or movie or whatever. So, I mean, I guess I'll start. I'm about halfway through the game now. I'm in chapter 8 of 16, and some crazy stuff just happened in the story. I definitely won't spoil it, but this game is great. I really like it. I am having so much fun with Guardians of the Galaxy. As soon as the show's over tonight, I'm going to be playing some more. It's really, really good. It's a surprise because when I think they revealed this back in July or June was the first time they showed anything off back at E3, and I remember seeing this and thinking this looks awful. I was not interested at all. Thought the gameplay looked bad. I thought the graphics looked bad. I just wasn't feeling it. And then about a week before release, they started doing some more marketing, and I'm like, okay, this looks pretty cool, and it is. So I'm playing it on PC, and it runs extremely well. I have all the settings at ultra. I've got the ray tracing on. It's the first time I've actually been able to run a game with ray tracing on and it not tank the performance to where I would rather just turn it off. Like it actually runs perfect.
You
and
on PC?
Yeah, I'm playing on PC. That's where I play most of my games. Pretty much all of them, actually, unless they're exclusive to another platform. But yeah, I mean, I'm playing it on my TV, which I usually don't do. I'll usually play games on my monitor here, but I decided for this one, since it's like pretty and colorful and whatnot, that I'd put it up on the TV, and I'm glad I have. It's been nice to just kind of kick back in my lazy boy here to the right of me and play this game and just get immersed. So yeah, I've had a few little glitches here and there. But overall, it runs really well. And Zag, you said you've got it coming in tomorrow. Good. I hope you enjoy it. What do you think of it so far, Matt? Where are you at? Like, how far?
I'm only in like chapter 3 or 4 of the game. Like, I haven't gotten to play it as much as you have. I'm fighting all the like gelatinous cube stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it. Like, it's a lot of fun. I'm playing it on PlayStation 5. It's a lot of the story so far is really good. I'll be honest, it's hard to get used to the voice actors after Chris Pratt,
after the MCU,
Bradley Cooper. Yeah, it's
definitely. I agree, but at the same time, I kind of like this cast better, except for Rocket. I like.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like every character in the video game better than their movie counterpart. Star-Lord's like kind of tied, but Rocket is he's a dick in the movies. He's so much worse in the game. He is such a jerk, and I kind of don't like him. But it adds to a good dynamic.
But the cool thing about this is like it fits in. It's very comic accurate, and I say that as in like there's actually it's part of like it tells you when the game starts that there's issues of this comic book run. I want to say it was Brian Michael Bendis's Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm not 100% sure. But there's it says go read this run of books to help you understand what's going on in the game. So if you want to
tell you to do that,
at the very beginning, if you want to get all like that lore and stuff, it tells you what issues of the comic to go read that tie into this. So
will that explain like the war that they keep referencing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it explains a lot of that back lore and stuff. So that's super cool. But I'm like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with it. The interactions between characters is fun. The dynamics of the game is fun. I'm super enjoying it. I've heard a lot of great things, so I can't wait to continue playing it. I just haven't had time to keep going the last couple of days.
Yeah, once you get to where I'm at, it takes a turn. I'm really stoked to see what comes next. It's cool.
They're going to take the monster to the the monster queen or whatever she is.
Oh, you're about to get to Lady Hellbender?
Yes,
yeah, that's
Hellbender.
awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That part's fun.
That's where I'm at, but
nice.
See, Kyle, gotta play more video games, bud.
What?
See, Kyle, you gotta get into more video games, bud.
Hey, man, I paid attention during the moon stuff.
I was told I can't buy a video game system.
Oh, boy. Sorry to hear that. Tell Brian you can do what you want. He doesn't rule your life.
But would you recommend Guardians of the Galaxy for casual players?
I would. Yeah. The combat starts to get a little bit more challenging, but I'm playing it on normal. You could always bump it down to easy if it gets too challenging for you, but I wouldn't say it's like that challenging. I've only died maybe 3 or 4 times the whole game. But yeah, I would recommend it. I think it's good for casual gamers who just might want to get the story out of it. I think it's good for more hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: if you played Final Fantasy VII Remake, the combat in this game reminds me of that a lot. Just with the idea that like in Final Fantasy VII Remake, you can control every character on your team. You can't do that here. You can only control Star-Lord, which is a bummer. But in Guardians of the Galaxy, like basically what you're doing is you're controlling your team members via like commands, and that's very common in Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. Like you might be using the main character, but then you tell one of your other team members to do a special ability, and that's what Guardians of the Galaxy is exclusively. You can't move to another character, but it definitely gives off the same vibes, and I like that. I think it's fun to do combos and build up build up abilities for my team members. It can get clunky at times, but yeah, I think overall it's good. Would you recommend it to people?
Yeah, I mean, even though it's made by the same studio that did the Avengers, and that wasn't very well received, this game seems to be well received, and they seem to have learned from their mistakes with Avengers and put it into this game. So.
It's made by the same publisher, but actually not the same studio.
Oh, that's what I mean, publisher, the Square Enix.
Yeah, they're both Square Enix.
Yeah, I know. Fuck me, right?
No, I just clarifying. I know it's Montreal, the developer. They're the ones that made the Deus Ex games, so they're very. They've made some pretty popular games. Yeah,
but there you go, Guardians of the Galaxy. Hope you enjoy it. Let us know, Ziggy, if you're enjoying it once you get it.
Yeah, please let us know.
Don't let me know.
Don't let me know. Ziggy says so. There's some cheap land for $50 in New Mexico, 1 acre. So from there, you can then establish own country, then rocket / space flight.
Baby steps.
Ziggy's got it. Got you covered, man.
Covered like a blanket.
Yeah, but
no, I can't get a video game system because you know what I'll do? I'll go out and get a PS5. I'll buy these video games. I'll play it for a total of about 36 minutes, and I'll never touch it again.
Well, then that would mean don't buy it. I would agree with that. That is a waste of money.
It's a waste of money.
If you're going to spend $600 on a console plus at least one game, yeah, no, don't do that.
That's what I did with all of the like Xbox One and stuff. I was like when the first Modern Warfare came out, and I was like, oh yeah, play zombies with my friends. Yeah, I'm gonna play this. And I was like, I played like zombies for a total of like 90 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, we're still fucking playing this.
I hate zombies.
And then I
love zombies.
I just shut it off. I never fucked with it again.
Love zombies.
I don't like things that don't end. Like zombies just never end. So you can keep playing it and playing it, playing it, playing it. I'm like, I want there to be an end of the level. I want some progression. I don't know. Not into it. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, we're about
dying 65 times in a game. It sucks. How the fuck do they keep shooting me?
Yeah, that's the fun of video games. So, challenge, get better.
Succeed. Like I borrowed a PlayStation, and then I rented the Miles Morales game, and I played it for like 65 minutes. And then the PlayStation sat there until it was asked for back.
You got to get immersed in the story, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I liked swinging. I swung around for like 45 minutes. And I played about 15 minutes of actual game time.
Oh, dude, Spider-Man's so good.
Swinging is part of is like the majority of the fun in that game, though. Too.
It is a lot of fun to swing around New York
I just
City.
Swung around and I was like, all right, let me try to play some of this game. And I was like, what? What do you want me to do? Yeah, fuck this.
That's what I liked about the first. Like Miles didn't have that as much as the first one, where you could like swing around and go to like big landmarks in the video game and like or the comics. So you find like the Sanctum Sanctorum and Avengers Tower and the part where like the dude proposed where the dude proposed to his girlfriend on the billboard of the movie theater and then she said no, so they removed it from the game. That's awesome. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No, I didn't know about that. So in the game, they had a billboard where this guy proposed, but the girl said
so
no?
he wrote a letter to the publisher and asked him to put his proposal to his girlfriend in the game. And when he got to that part, he showed her and she said no. So then he told him that she said no and they removed it from the game in an update.
Oh my goodness. No, I didn't know about that. Poor guy.
Yeah.
That's a cool way to propose, unless she like hates video games, I guess. But wow.
It's super funny. But yeah. But I think that's going to be our show for this week, guys. If you had a good time, make sure to like and subscribe button. I want to thank everyone for hanging out in the chat. Your mom, Leftover, Ziggy, Comics are Fun Stick Boy, Aaron, Stola Wookie, everyone hanging out. Ish, always a pleasure. Great show tonight, guys. Guys, make sure you go check out Kyle and the crew over at Bonner Common Mayhem tomorrow night on the Tales from the Flipside channel. At what time do you go? Goes live 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. Probably not as wild as last week, but it's all right.
Are you leaving? Yeah, we're going to be back. All right.
But yeah. So if you want to check out more from us, you can find us on any of your social media platforms or podcasting platforms. And for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I am Matt.
I'm Max.
I'm Ish.
And we'll see you guys next time.
All you freaks and geeks,
come all you freaks and geeks. Let's listen to Absolute Geek.
Absolute
We'll go ahead and spread our cheeks.
Spread the cheese.
And drink
And
some
we're for
Cosby wine.
we'll
Come
drink
on,
some
Absolute
Cosby wine. It makes me feel real fine. See you next time on the Absolute